Hello and welcome to Girls Frontline 2 Exilium event with the name Aphelion. The first major event, which also introduced their doll favorite of the most commanders, Klukay here. Even if you don't play the games, you probably know the Klukay from, I don't know, like I have a lot from Exilium and ask myself, who is this? She's very dominant. You probably know her. She is also their doll that is collapsed doll from Girls Frontline 1 with NeuroCloud. As I understood, NeuroCloud dolls have a separate memory. They are still in NeuroCloud probably. I don't know, NeuroCloud accuracy time flows very differently from the real world. But the commanders from the first game very happy to see this whole squad, squad 404. And this is one of their things that Dandelion also mentioned, that per a random encounter we will meet them and avoid some sort of contract. As I think what we will be experiencing here is the story similar to the Glass Island event, where we find out what is happening to the squad, and somewhat towards the end probably the commander will show up. We will see how it goes, and let's just start with the part 1 of the story. Twilight. In the flickering of daylight, a sign of clues to be uncovered, or a warning, not step into the abyss. Also it is voiced, by the way, the voices are back, and we will be starting with the Chinese voiceover. Even in the place furthest from the sun, daylight does not fade so easily.
新的通讯，加密线路，通讯方显示手握锋芒。
Ah, mailing. Yeah, I missed the voices. A new comms request. Encrypted channel. Caller is light the down, shining H in hand. That's the code word.
接通。
Put it through.
指挥官
Commander. I am consumed by nightmares of the past. Lannister's missions brings the latest things. Murmurs of terror, worried away by she who toys with destinies. With a wave of her hand, the sandbox tells another tale. The elm proceeds at full speed across the wilderness, raw data feeding in intermittently. It is the afternoon, the time when the sun is strongest, but for a moment the daylight from outside strikes my ears. In a moment of stupor, a most familiar name comes to mind, one that left my lips in quite some time. 416, Klukay. Klukay and Mechity shelter from a collapsed storm in the remains of a building. Graven endlessly pelts the ruins as it gets propelled by the raging storm. The frail window emits an unsettling screech, ready to burst into a million tiny blades any second. Mechity leans against a broken wall, far away from the window, looking at the sitting collapsed storm outside with fatigued eyes.
这里是什么鬼地方？坍塌风暴说刮就刮，一点征兆都没有。
Jeez, what kind of a cursed place is this? Collapsed storm just rocks up out of nowhere without any notice.
真羡慕安朵斯和比尤凯呀，能够躺在临时据点，不用过来做什么先前调查。
Sure would be nice to be Andoris or Belka right now. lodging about a temporary base instead of having to do some preliminary survey.
在接近红区的地方还想要气象预报的你才有问题。
If you were expecting weather forecast this close to a red zone, then I'm afraid you are be sorely disappointed.
随你怎么说。
Yeah, whatever you say. A great gale rushes over the building, bringing with a variety of spewed up debris and grabbing Mechity's attention.
刚才飞过去的是什么？没看错的话，好像是个木箱子。
What was that just flew by? Looked like a wooden crate if my eyes were not deceiving me.
还好我们的重机车可以推进来，不然我特意带的装备都得被吹飞了。
Thanks goodness our motorbike could fit in here, or all the equipment I painstakingly brought would have been flying away.
我倒是后悔允许你带上那些废品。
I regret allowing you to bring all that trash along.
可卢卡一点都不懂呢。
You just don't get it, Klukay.
和我们调查过的几个居住点的设施比起来，那可都是宝藏级别的好东西。
Compared to the equipment we found in the few settlements we investigated, what I have brought is worthy of being family heirlooms. She proudly glances at the backpack strapped to the motorbike.
厉害到连那里的小孩都会羡慕的地步。
So much so that even those kids back there would be envious.
让你去询问帕拉蒂斯的事情，你倒是跟孩子玩起来了。
You were tasked with investigating Paradios, and you went to mess around with children instead?
你不要摆出那么可怕的表情。正经事我也有做到，只是什么都没问到。
Hey, don't give me that scary look. I didn't shirk my duties or anything. I just didn't get any answers.
帕拉蒂斯什么的居住点的人根本没听说过，甚至连类似涅托的人形都没见过。
Not a single person there has seen any dolls resembling a Nutor, much less heard anything about the whole Paradios deal.
他们当真像莱娅说的那样，还在继续活动吗？
Are they really still active like Leva said?
如果有人能回答你的问题，我们还需要执行这次任务。
Do you think we would burn this mission if someone could simply answer that question?
我也就是随口问问嘛。
I was just asking.
话说回来，不是说帕拉蒂斯的所有残党都被清完了吗？怎么就又出现了？他们不累吗？
Come to think of it, why not all the Paradios remnants cleaned up? Do you think they will show up again? Don't they ever get tired?
这么喜欢工作的话，全部招来404打工算了，反正在哪里打枪不是打。
If they like the gig so much, why not just get them to come work at 404, shooting at people the same no matter who we work for? The storm shows no sign of letting up. Mechity stretches her head in frustration and lies down. Klukay follows Mechity's gaze, looking outside briefly before returning her attention to Mechity.
给我起来！巡查状态下必须保持警戒，你忘光了？
Get up! What happened to staying alert while on the job? Klukay approaches Mechity and tugs at her jacket. The latter refuses to get up and only changes her position lazily.
能躺的时候就躺一会儿啊，后面还有的忙不是吗？
Come on. Can't one lie down a bit when there's an opportunity? There's still plenty to be busy over later on, isn't it there?
所有和帕拉蒂斯牵扯上的任务一定都很难做，而且会很倒霉。不是超级倒霉。
Damn, she looks so tired. Anything related to Paradeus is never easy, and we will get unlucky. Like, super unlucky.
啊，不知道莱雅在想什么，接下这种吃力不讨好的委托，全体在据点躺着都比这样赚钱。
I don't know what they were thinking when she accepted those arduous, ungrateful assignments. It will be even more profitable for us all to lie around at the base and do nothing. Klukay lets go of Mechity and looks at her helplessly.
他有什么打算不重要，任务就是任务。
What she was thinking doesn't matter. A job is a job.
现在可不是我偷懒哎，外面的风暴根本没有停下的意思，我们除了躲在这里也做不了什么。
Not like I'm slacking off of anything. I don't see the storm stopping anytime soon, and we cannot exactly do anything other than hide from it in here.
而且，你精神也太紧绷了，这一路过来，不要说是帕拉蒂斯，连瓦良格邦和赏金猎人都基本没遇到。要不是还有生孩，这里简直都算是治安良好了吧。
I think you are way too anxious about all of this anyway. We haven't run into a single bounty hunter or a Vayegas this whole time, much less Paradeus. If it were not for the Eretz, this place would already be safe and secure, no?
所以才更加可疑。我们要利用这段时间规划之后的行动。
That's exactly what's suspicious. We should use this time to plan our future operations.
我觉得这次出来要面对的情况或许相当严峻。
I have a feeling we will be run into some difficult circumstances in this operation. Well, I have that feeling too. I mean, it's literally happening the event. I don't think that the event will be uneventful. Klukay silently looks towards the all-consuming storm outside. By the way, they're near the red sun. It's like... It's the most closest we came to a red sun even.
无论是频发的坍塌风暴，还是明显高于正常水平的辐射浓度，这里的环境相较莱亚提供的情报恶劣许多。因此
The frequent collapse storm, the radiation level noticeably above average. The environment here is significantly worse than what Leva's intel should suggest. And so...
安心啦，可鲁卡。
I'm pretty sure she spoke English right now. Chill out, Klukay.
喂，醒醒！
不要吵了。
Wake up. Be quiet.
给我起来！
我就睡一会儿。都说了，现在没有事情做啊。保利款，放手啦！让你放手不是投掷。这是什么？咦？喂，可鲁卡，你快看，这家伙！
我的视觉模块没问题，你还是担心一下自己的处境。
这都是什么呀？
少废话，准备作战。
Well, this is our event. The Klukay was right. Watch out. As usual, I skip all the combat scenes. Wow, where did so many of them suddenly come from? stop shouting and clear out the enemies at the 10 o'clock direction. Yeah, so usually I will just skip through all the battle stages. I will be leaving the boss stages on and see you all just in the next story stage.
有趣。
Meshi, confirmed whatever any enemies remains. I know. I would do even if you didn't tell me. Klukay and Meshi defeat the incoming enemies and split up to survey their surrounding.
最后这只也没有明确的所属标志，它身上的唯一编码看构成是以前铁血工造还活动的时候被赋予的。
No clear indications of affiliation on this one either. The honor serial number here seems to have been inscribed back when Sangui's ferry was active.
米士提，你那边的搜查结果呢？
Mechity? Oh, that's her name. Okay, that's how they pronounce it in Chinese. Mechity, anything on your side? Mechity listens voices come through the comms.
差不多，不过他们看起来和之前遇到过的一些铁血机械不一样呢。
More of the same, though they are a little different from the Sanguis machines we have encountered before.
部分模块有被改装的痕迹。
Yeah, some of the modules have traces of modifications.
但这也很正常，毕竟现在随便去哪个 PMC 看看，都是大把的这些东西。改一下再正常不过。
Nothing out of the ordinary though. Almost any PMC you can find has a ton of those things lying around. Would be strange to make no modifications at all.
不要以为用通讯联络，我就不知道你在偷懒了。
Don't think I don't know you are slacking off just because you are using comms.
啊？哦。
Fine. Mechity perks up a little on the other side of the line.
除了机械本身，还有其他发现吗？
Any discoveries other than the machinery?
怎么说好呢？这里似乎在不久之前还有人驻扎过。
How should I put it? Looks like someone used this place as an outpost not long ago.
一些阀门上的使用痕迹还很新，地上还有一些散落的电线电缆，看起来走得有点匆忙啊。
Some of these valves have signs of recently being used. There are also some scattered cables and cords on the ground. They must have left in a hurry.
会是些什么人呢？
Who could it have been?
也许是路过躲避风暴的赏金猎人，或是瓦良格帮吧。
Some passing bounty hunters or warriors hiding from the storm, perhaps?
那刚刚袭击我们的机械也是他们剩下的了。
So those machines that attacked us just then would be theirs?
在深海频繁出没的危险区域，无论是谁，再匆忙也不至于把作战机械落下。这种行为无异于自杀。
Difficult to imagine anyone leaving their combat boots behind in this area with such elite presence. That would be tantamount to suicide.
我先和据点那边的人联络一下，你回来吧。
I will contact the base. Get back here.
终于可以休息了。
Break time finally. Mechity looks as if she has been released from a great burden as she ends a call. Eye of the storm. A false calm will be followed by a raging storm. Klukay and Mechity continues to shelter from the storm within the ruined building. Klukay attempts to contact their temporary base while Mechity rests in the corner. The persistent no signal Notification dashes Klukay hopes of contacting the outside world. Can't contact the base and the other person. A hit of frustration arises as Klukay thinks of them. In trust, she is glad she sent a message before she set off. Happy she skipped to the past few years before leaving for a dangerous assignment.
风暴期间信号太差了。
Signal's absolutely terrible with the storm going on.
还是联系不上安朵斯他们，我就说一起出发就好了嘛，你却非要做什么先前调查。
You can't contact Andoris and Belka? I did say we should have just left together, but you insisted on this preliminary survey.
一起行动，然后猝不及防的被一起袭击，然后再被一起困在这里。
Live together, get ambushed together, and then get stuck here together?
可我现在好想念临时据点里的沙发，他们两个现在一定正坐在上边休息吧。
But I miss a sofa at the base. Those two must be longing on those babies right now, don't you think?
他们可没这么轻松。
They don't have it neatly as easy as you imagine.
德尔为安朵斯编译的新程序和外置装备还在测试阶段，他暂且留在临时据点配合调试也是有必要的。可你这种想偷懒的家伙不一样。
The new external equipment and program dia prepared for Andoris are still in the testing phase, and her presence at the base is necessary for trial runs. Yours isn't, seeing how slacking off is your highest priority. Mechity rolls over, ignoring their disapproval in Klukay's eyes. Yet, finding things are still not quite comfortable. She lazily scoots over to the motorbike.
偷懒有什么不好嘛？虽然没有沙发，但我带了这个。我找找。
What's wrong with slacking off? It's not quite a sofa. But I brought this. Huh? Where was it? She produced a travel sleeping kit from her backpack.
战斗能力没多少长进，睡觉装备倒是越来越充足。
Hardly improved in combat abilities, but has made leaps and bounds in the field of sleeping.
是啊是啊，很厉害吧？这可是我和安朵斯、比尤卡一起精心挑选的，无论是舒适度还是性价比都无可挑剔，非常适合战地环境。
Yeah, impressive, right? I handpicked it together with Andoris and Belka. State of the art in both comfortable and value for money. A must-have for any battlefield environment. She's very excited about this, I will tell you.
平时瘪瘪的好存放，要用的时候只需要这样。
Easy to store when uninflated, and when you need it, you simply go like this. Mechity smugly pressed a button, and soon enough, the neck pillow and its cushioning are filled with air.
优质便捷，您旅行的最佳伴侣。
Exceptional, convenient, every travel's best friend.
广告里是这样说的哦，要不要试试？
That's how the ad put it. Wanna try?
哦，
Given Mechity a frigid response, Klukay aims her weapons and fires in the pillow directions without hesitation. Oh. Klukay seems not happy about this. The bullet tip passed the pillow in Mechity's hands, and from behind her comes a shrill cry of an elite eating lead.
不想和生孩一起场面就丢下你那破枕头，把枪拿好。
She actually shot the elite. Forget about the pillow if you don't want to sleep with the elites. Pick up your weapon. Okay, next time, would you mind warning us before you start shooting?
继续。
Cut the chatter and focus on the battlefield. Klukay and Mechity annihilated the elites without further incident, save for their inflatable pillows' commendable sacrifice. Mechity crouches down and pills with a damaged pillow on the ground, sorrow written all over her face.
拳头破到这种程度是完全补不上了。
There is no repairing this level of damage.
可卢凯，你刚刚那一枪绝对是故意的吧？
Klukay, that shot was on purpose, wasn't it? I think also it was on purpose. That was like a yes, I think. Paying no attention to Mechity's pitiful cries, Klukay cast her gaze outside to find the veil of gravel and sand clearing up.
坍塌风暴变小了。
The collapse storm's shrinking. She puts up the comms screen as she speaks, and sure enough, the signal has been restored. Local dials in the series of commands already committed to muscle memory, and an image of the call recipient soon appears. Big Six Klukay, long time no see. So this is Belka, okay.
只是半天而已，准确的说是5小时。
Only has been half a day at most, 5 hours to be exact. Spotting Andoris behind Belka, Klukay immediately begins her inquiries.
安朵斯，让你搜集的情报都找全了吗？
Andoris, are you finished with the data collection?
以来提供的信息为基础，我从在这一带频繁活动的暗商以及 Brave 的资料库中得到了更为详细的情报。
Yes, using Clever's Intel as a foundation, I have acquired a series of in-depth reports from the underground brokers active in the area, as well as brief database. Speaking of this Andoris doll, she looks so good. I really like her. Really like her outfit and the hair. I'm waiting for her, to be honest.
很可惜，并没有关于帕拉蒂斯的任何记录。除此之外，
Unfortunately, nothing about Paradeus was found. Other than that,
说，
what is it?
环境信息方面和莱亚提供的内容出入还是挺大的呢。尤其是最近半年到1年，这里的环境恶化程度不断加剧，碳辐射浓度也比其他靠近红区域要高。
In terms of the environment data, there are some pretty significant discrepancies with the data level provided. The environment conditions have been gradually deteriorating, especially in the past 6 to 12 months, and the collapse radiation is far more intense than in other areas close to Red Zone.
根据 Brave 的记录来看，不少赏金猎人进入这片区域后就失去了行踪，以致得到的情报一直处于滞后状态。
As brief indicates, many bounty hunters has gone missing after entering this area, and as a result, their intel here is always out of date.
恐怕罗里电话工程执行部门的数据也因此更新不够及时吧。
Regrettably, the engineer department for the UR&C purification project is likely much the same in terms of information.
这和我们实地勘察的结果近似。
Yeah, our field survey results line up with that.
另外，我和米什提遭遇了不明势力武装的袭击。
It should also be noted that Mechity and I were assaulted by a force of unknown affiliation.
不明袭击，可卢凯姐姐有受伤吗？
Unknown affiliation? Were you hard pixies?
你觉得呢？
What do you think?
我不是怀疑可卢凯姐 而是带米尸体那个不靠谱的家伙连累你。对，就是这样。
I'm not doubting your abilities, Pixies. I'm just worried about Mechity dragging you down. That unreliable sort. Yeah, just like that.
我就是不靠谱啦。
Yeah, I'm unreliable. The Ejecton overtakes Mechity's countenance, remaining of her pillow clutched between her arms.
比卡只是担心可鲁凯队长。
Belka is just worried about Leader Klukay.
不要总担心这些无意义的事情。这次袭击虽然目前无法完全确定是针对404的行为，但恐怕这次委托会比字面上看起来困难。
Don't waste your time on such meaningless concerns. We cannot conclude this attack to be targeted action against 404, but chances are that this assignment will be far more difficult than described.
安朵斯，你先把搜集到的内容传输给我。
Andoris, send me what you have gathered.
好的，可鲁凯队长。
Yes, leader.
另外，
Asa. As the data transferred, Klukay pulls up an area of the surrounding and selects a settlement.
这个坐标看到了吧？你们两个稍微整备一下，之后和我们在这里会合。
This is coordinates. Get ready and meet us there later.
这一带的信号质量不太好，让德尔想想办法，保持联络畅通。
The reception here is poor. Tell Dia to find a way to maintain a comms.
好的，德尔还调试外置装备，等他空下我就去找他。可鲁凯队长，你实体也要注意安全哦。
Very well. Dia is still adjusting their external equipment, so I will let him when he is free. Make sure to be careful, you two.
那个不成器的家伙，现在只会注意被弄坏的充气枕头。
The good for nothing is still fixated on that damaged, inflatable pillow. Klukay gazed at the still crestfallen Mechity with a mixture of exasperation and concern in her eyes.
毕竟是他出发前专门筹备的呢。
She did make very sure to prepare it for the trip after all.
算了，
Whatever.
以后不要再支持米实体进行多余的消费，尤其是你，安朵斯。
Do not support Mechity's wanted expenditures in the future. Especially you, Andoris.
明白，以后会注意呢。
Of course. I will keep it in mind next time. She's so cute. Andoris nodded with a gentle smile on her face.
我怀疑你是否真的在检讨。
I somehow doubt you are really scrutinizing that.
先到这里，你们不要拖沓，抓紧风暴停息的这段时间，即刻出发。
Let's leave it at that. Don't tail and depart while the weather still remains calm.
我已经迫不及待要和可鲁凯姐姐见面啦！
Yay! I already can't wait to see Big C's Klukay. Okay, Belka is a very exciting one. Secondary mirror. A monster rises from the crisis ahead.
快点啦！可鲁凯姐姐在等我们啦！
Come on! Big C's Klukay is waiting for us. Belka anxiously taps her feet, attempting to hurry up on Doris' file transfer.
不要着急，等我再确认一遍。人口的变动报告，近10年的静态地图，附近区域的生骸以及伯杰姆目击报告，还有。
Don't be in such a rush. I need to go over it again. Records of population change, static maps with the past 10 years, elites in nearby areas, and Boojum signing reports, not to mention...
安朵斯，就算你的本地空间够大，也不用把所有资料都传进去。
Andoris, even if you have all that local storage space, you don't need to transfer all the data in there. Hey, dear, wait a moment. I remember this guy. Don't we have this guy in the main story? Like in one of the main story events? I remember this guy. Wasn't it? I don't remember where it was, but I kind of remember this guy. I think it was even it was one of the events, either Wing Summon Grey or Sushiro Cafe.
我已经给你和比尤卡装配了信号增幅接收器，不出意外的话，你们的信号网络是不会中断的。有需要直接进行在线传输就好了。
I already installed a signal booster to you and Belka. Your connection should not be cut off if everything works as intended. If you need something, just transfer it over the network.
因为可路凯队长特别提醒过关于信号不稳定的问题，所以难免有些担心呢。
I just can't help but to be worried since leader Klukay mentioned the signal instability.
黄区嘛，加上这里频发的坍塌风暴，偶尔信号不稳定很正常了，不要过度紧张。
It's a yellow zone after all. Some instability cannot be helped, especially with the frequent collapse storm. There's no need to be so uneasy.
希望如此。但是可路凯队长他们还遭到了不明袭击，这让我忍不住有些在意呢。
I wish I could agree. But leader Klukay encountered with the unknown enemies makes me worry.
这倒确实是个问题。哎，对了，安朵斯，要不要这次就把那个带上？
That is indeed an issue. Right, Andoris. Are you bringing that this time?
啊，那个
That?
啊，你是说你刚才调试的外置装备吗？
You mean their newly adjusted external equipment?
对，还有配合它的火力程式，我都调整的差不多，是时候进入实战调试阶段了。
Yes, the firepower algorithm to go with it. The adjustments are mostly completed. It's time to enter the combat tasting phase.
装上之后，无论是准度还是火力都会有明显提升。只是毕竟还在研发阶段，耗能和加载时间都还不够理想。你记得要跟米士提借用它素体储备的电量。
Both accuracy and firepower should be significantly improved with it equipped. But since it's still a prototype, its power efficiency and runtime both leave something to be desired. Remember to borrow the external battery for Mechity frame.
另外吧，就是外置装备现在还有点笨重，不过吉普车的后备箱勉强能放下。
On top of that, the equipment is still quite unwieldy, though it can still fit in the Jeep truck just barely. The equipment? I thought it is one of these capsules that the main squad of the commander right now have. Not sure, don't remember the name.
正好，你们不也得带上放重机车的拖车？其他物资可以放拖车上，吉吉总会有地方的。
You will have to bring the trailer for the motorbike too, right? Place the other supplies there. I'm sure you can find some room.
我知道了，那就麻烦德尔了。
Will do. I will have to leave that to Dia.
没事儿，那你稍等一下，我现在帮你装载进去。
Give me a moment. I will go load it. Dia returns to the control panel and begins a serial of operations.
对了，说到米什提，要把新的旅行套装给他带上呢。
Oh, right. Speaking of Mechity, bring a new travel kit for her. It's so damn cute. Okay, I have a weakness for blonde girls. Okay, I definitely have.
比尤卡，能帮我去物资储备点取一下吗？
Belka, can you help me get something from the depot?
哎呦，管他做什么啦！
Why for here?
队长只是说不要进行多余的消费，但这已经是消费过的东西了呢。
Rita was talking about future expenses, but this here is money we have already spent.
哇，安多斯跟着米什提那家伙学坏了。
Whoa! Andoris must have taken some bad habits from that dog.
先去拿东西，你们加快速度啊！
I will go fetch the goats. Hurry up, you lot.
好好，
He's so damn cute. Look at Pierre. I don't know. Alright, alright.
德儿也是。
You too, Daya?
知道了。
Yes, of course.
安朵斯，你们的载具我刚才也已经派人检查完毕，等这个传输完就可以出发了。
Andoris, the person I sent to run checks on your vehicle is finished. When this transfer is done, we'll be ready to go. Andoris drives towards the meeting point with Belka. Their vehicle leaps across the yellow zone with Andoris at the wheel. She is humming a tune with a relaxed expression.
安朵斯，虽然我确实很期待见到克鲁凯姐姐，但也不是这么急，可以稍微慢一点。
Andoris, I want to see Big Sis too, but not this much. You could slow down a bit?
啊，速度很快吗？
Is this really fast? As she speaks, the jeep flies off a small incline. Belka holds onto a handrail for dear life.
你平时不都慢吞吞的吗？开起车怎么这么野啊？
You're always a slowpoke. How can you drive like a wild animal?
毕竟是在黄区，路况比白区或是卫星城简单很多呢。即便是我也可以顺利驾驶哦。
We are in a yellow zone after all. The roads here are much simpler than in the white zones or satellite cities. Even I can drive without much issue.
你看，就像这样。
See? Like this. She smiles and slams on the accelerator as the jeep piles through the small alleys in the way.
真是简单又轻松的驾驶呢。
What a relaxing drive this is.
是吧？
Is that so? The vehicle suddenly swerves, and the squeal breaks pads and tires sound out of unison. A series of bullet holes suddenly appears in the vehicle's original path, sending up great clouds of dust and sand. Belka and Andoris take advantage of the vehicle's spinning momentum, quickly opening the doors and tumbling behind some natural cover nearby.
小心，有袭击！
Careful, incoming!
“根据你们传输过来的作战记录来看，这些敌人的改造方式与之前袭击我们的机械十分类似。
According to the combat reports you have sent over, the modification made to those enemies are quite similar to the machines that attacked us before.
在这种人烟稀少的地方，基本可以断定他们指向头部势力，势力所属不明。
In a place as desolated as this, we can more or less confirm that they are the same affiliation.
克鲁凯队长，
Leader Klukay.
恐怕已经不能用巧合来解释了，这明显是有组织的袭击。
Things cannot be explained by merely coincidence anymore. These are organized attacks.
但是他们为什么要针对我们呀？难道是帕拉蒂斯的部署吗？
But why are they going after us? Is Paradios deploying these machines?
目前还不能断言，
We cannot be sure as of yet.
这些机械的攻击对象也许不局限在404。之前安朵斯的调查数据中不也显示，最近1个月有不少金猎人在这一带失联吗？
Perhaps these machines are not only attacking 404. Didn't Andoris data indicates that many bounty hunters have gone missing in this area in the past month?
你的意思是，那并非是环境导致的意外？
So you're saying those were not incidents caused by the environment?
这还只是一个猜想。
That's just a guess.
不过你们需要小心，
But you guys should be careful. We go... And the signal was cut off. A wave of static waves over the communications channel. Klukay's projection violently shakes a few times, then disappears entirely. Comms are down again. This. Andoris attempts to restore the connection, but her efforts are for naught.
怎么回事啊？我看我们这里信号还是好好的。
Huh? What happened? The reception was perfectly fine just now.
看来是可路凯队长那一端出了问题，或许那边的坍塌风暴又增强了。
Looks like something happened to the leader's side. Maybe the collapse stopped picking up again.
什么？那姐姐会有危险吧？我们该怎么办？
She will be in danger, won't she? What should we do?
目前看来，估计按照原定计划继续会稳妥一些。
As on now, it would be more prudent to proceed as originally planned.
麻烦你联系下德尔，让他看看能否远程解决信号的问题。
Please contact Dia. Let's see if he can do anything about this signal problem remotely.
好，我马上就找他。
Got it. I will talk to him immediately. Out of focus. A focal point that is difficult to achieve represents more possibilities.
安朵斯，听到请回答，听到请回答。
If you can hear me, please respond. I repeat, if you can hear me.
别白费力气了，你显示信号又断了。
Don't waste your efforts. The signal is obviously gone again.
什么垃圾？那群暗商提供的网络，按天的短期租用费是月度的好几倍，月度租用又是年度的好几倍，就这种质量。
This network provided by the underground broker is so trash. If they rent it for a few days, the rate is several times worse than the monthly rate, which is turned in severe times worse than a yearly rate. And this is the quality we get?
拿了钱不干活？看来他们已经是非常成熟的工作者了嘛。
Get paid for do nothing? Seems like they are very efficient businessmen.
哇，真好啊！
Well, that sounds nice. Mechity stretches with a deep sigh, a face full of envy.
等这次任务结束，有必要上门重新商量一下费用问题。
When the assignment is over, I think we need to go and have a talk about the rates.
啊，你现在的表情好可怕。
Wow, you look really scary right now. I hear steps approaching.
不过，这一腔怒火还是先发泄一下吧。那群机械又来了，看起来比之前的队伍更庞大。
Well, here comes an opportunity to let off the steam. Those machines are here again, in great numbers than before.
麻烦，
How annoying.
你也别赖在车上当解说员，给我下来作战！
Don't just sit there and commentate. Get down here and fight.
全部都要清理掉吗？敌我数量过于悬殊了。
Do we need to get rid of all of them? The numbers really are not in our favor.
优先击杀他们移速高或是远程的单位，然后找机会撤退。
Pick out the fast units and those with long ranges capabilities. Then look for an opportunity to retreat.
在和比尤卡他们会合前，不要恋战。
Do not overextend before we rendezvous with Belka and Andoris.
听起来反而更麻烦了。
That sounds even more troublesome. Klukay, we have cleared the evacuation road, I guess. Yes, of course. Stick to the plan. Focus on taking down high-speed and long-range units first. Proceed to the evacuation zone. I guess the way how easy the stage is and how strong Klukay is, it will be quite easy. Rush limit. Stop losing time before it is too late.
不明势力机械的追击已经让我们严重偏离了原定方向。
The pursuit has already forced us to significantly deviate from the original route. Klukay checks her terminal and once again finds that only short-range communication are available. Long-range comms are still down.
风暴还在继续，一点信号都没有，无法进行实时定位。
The storm is still going. There's no reception, and we are unable to pinpoint our location in real time.
你是说我们迷路了吗？
Are you saying we are lost?
果然牵扯到帕拉迪斯就不会有好事。
I knew that anything involving Paradios would be a recipe for disaster.
但是无论如何，这次的信号质量过于差了吧？
But in any case, the signal quality this time has been atrocious, isn't it?
以前在黄区执行任务时，就算遇到坍塌风暴，也没有这么脆弱过。
It's never been this bad even during collapse storms on our previous Yellow Zone missions. Klukay vividly motioned the surrounding environment, ignoring Mechity. Seeing this, Mechity decides to fall silent. The sound of mechanical units approaching. Klukay makes a hand signal, gesturing for Mechity to dive into level 2.
这个声音听起来怎么像是几百年没上过润滑油的老爷车一样？
And the sounds, they sound like antique cars that haven't been oiled for centuries.
它正在向我们靠近，就在正北方向。
They're approaching our location from the north.
会是之前袭击我们的那一批吗？但数量好像很少，听起来还很弱的样子。
Are this the same bunch of those who had attacked us earlier? But there's only a few of them, and they seem really weak.
不要掉以轻心。
Don't let your guard down.
哇，但真的很菜的样子哎。
But they look so trashy. A creaking ground reconnaissance unit appears a short distance away.
好老的型号，而且看起来破破烂烂的，能够移动已经是奇迹了。
Such an old model, and it looks so run down. It's a miracle that it can still move.
大概率是诱饵，你注意它的后方上空。
Most likely bait. Look about it.
那是无人机。
Is that a flying drone?
并且加装了火控模块。
Yeah, and it seems to have a fire control core installed on it.
还挺厉害的，但这组合未免太奇怪了。两架性能悬殊的机械到底是怎么凑在一起的？
That's impressive, but also really weird. Why are two machines with disproportional performance operating together?
问你自己不就知道了？
Why not ask yourself the same question?
你的眼神也过于直接了吧？
Those are some really condescending eyes.
既然不想被小看，那就证明一下自己的价值。
If you don't want to be looked down on, then prove your worth. Klukay looks towards a broken wall to the right of Mechity, suggesting that she should use it as a cover to sneak up on the reconnaissance unit.
以防万一，需要摸清对方的底细。如果是敌人，提前获悉他们的数量也是有必要的。
We need to ascertain who they are just in case. If they are our enemies, it will be good to know their numbers. Mechity picks up with a sign, reluctantly moving right towards the cover. The scouting unit are approaching as she moves.
附近似乎没有观察到其他单位，只有他们2个。
This does not seem to be any units other than just these two.
而且，这2个机械是不是有故障啊？都这么近了，他们还没有发觉。
Hey, could they be broken? Why have they not noticed us after getting so close?
你在原地保持警戒，等他们再靠近一些。
Remain alert and stay where you are. Wait for them to get close.
没有必要情况，不要现身。
Don't reveal yourself without a good reason.
哦。
Mechity props up against the cover, using sound and environment to track the enemy's movement. The joints on the ground max creak rhythmically.
哇，这种老年人晨练的感觉。
It's like the elderly doing morning exercises. The ground mesh stops abruptly, as if its power has been cut.
没声音了，该不会是坏了吧？
Yeah, the sound stopped. Could it have been broken down?
喂，停下！
Hey, stop! But Klukay is too late. Just when Mechity tries to shift herself for a brief view, she conveniently exposed herself to the ground mesh sensor. Oops. The warning lights on the ground mesh flashes red, and it emits an ear-piercing alarm. At the same time, the UAV launches an attack. The abandoned container Mechity was using as a cover just a second ago is riddled with bullets.
搞什么？
What the hell? Mechity dodges the attack and darts towards the source of cover. Meanwhile, Klukay takes the opportunity to break the drone wings with a 3-round burst, while the ground max simply keeps blaring its sirens. At this moment, a crowd of alarmed humans and mesh appears to the northwest side of the building, raining down fire of them.
你不是说没有其他敌人吗？
Didn't you say there were no more enemies?
雷达失灵了呀！
My radar isn't working.
我又不是专门的侦察人形，智齿的探查距离就这么远。
I'm not a dedicated scout doll, so my detection range isn't supposed to be this long.
而且谁知道他们会保持静默钓鱼啦？
Besides, who knew they would stay silent and wait for their bait? Yeah, we got really ambushed, kind of. Are you deliberately exposing yourself to give the enemy a target? Who would have thought that they were out fishing? And who exactly are those people anyway? Klukay, they had got more reinforcements. Understood. Hold the line and don't let them approach us. After downing another drone, Klukay tips back into cover. After confirming Mechity's combat status, she issues an order.
Mechity, 停火！
Mechity, ceasefire.
啊！现在停下！
Huh? Am I hearing that right?
快点！
Quickly! Just as Mechity rolls over to some nearby cover and puts her gun away in disbelief, a booming male sound comes right through a loudspeaker from behind cover on the opposite side.
这里是罗克萨特主义合众国污染区治理与恢复推进署新苏联大区环境净化工程所属第7环境勘测部队3762排，我是德米特里大士，建议你们即刻停火。
Holy. This is their 3762nd platoon of the 7th Environment Survey Corps of the Neo-Soviet Union District Environmental Purification Project under the URNC Contamination Zone Management and Recovery Administration. I am First Sergeant Dmitri, and I suggest you cease fire immediately.
重复一遍，这里是罗克萨特主义合众国污染区治理与恢复推进署新苏联大区环境净化工程所属第7环境勘测部队3762排，我是德米特里大士，建议你们即刻停火。
I repeat the exact same thing that I said before. Cease fire immediately. After confirming that Mechity has put her gun away, Klukay turns on her voice amplification device as well.
收到，
Acknowledge.
我方已下令终止攻击行为。
We have issued an order to cease attacking. Upon hearing Klukay's response, the opposing party immediately ceased gunfire, but both sides remained ready to resume hostilities.
说明你们发动攻击的原因，我们将依情况判断你方是否存在故意袭击军方正规编队的行为。
State your reason for attacking, and we will judge whether or not you are considered to have deliberately attacked an regular army force.
我方无意对你方发起进攻。
We had no intention of launching an attack on your forces. Yeah, you
你们
started.
刚才的子弹可不是这么说的。
Your bullets tell a different story.
我方可以对此进行解释。
We can explain our actions.
为表诚意，10分钟后在当前战场中央区域面谈。我方将不携带任何武器。
As a gesture of good faith, we will meet in the center of the battlefield in 10 minutes. We will not carry any weapons.
行，你们最好老实点。
Alright. Make sure you keep your word. That's like tense situation right now. The voice falls silent. Mechity has retreated from the front, gazing at the other side of the battlefield with visible concern. The armed forces are recuperating after the combat. By the way, if you hear a female voice on the battlefield, the chances that this is a doll are very high, right? I just assume that there is not that... Like, I assume there is more female... At this point, like, from my side perspective, there are more female dolls, like, female voice on the battlefield from the dolls as actual females. That's what I see, at least. We do have some females from the last... Like, Tsushiro Cafe, we know, but still, quite rare.
怎么会是罗莲的人呀？
How come it says the URNT people?
这下麻烦了，那个大哥听起来挺生气的。
This is really bad. That big guy sounded really angry.
一会儿我去和他们谈判，你留在后方保持警戒。
I will negotiate with them in a bit. Stay alert to cover me.
必要的话，我可能会随时启动 Plan B。
If push comes to shove, I might need to activate Plan B.
Plan B，等一下，你该不会这时候还要用开关吧？和罗莲动手没有好处呀。
Plan B? Wait, you're not going to press the switch here, right? There will be no end to our troubles if we antagonize the URNT.
目前我们的敌友关系还未完全确定，有必要加强防范，杜绝一切风险。但我会优先规避冲突。
We cannot confirm whether they are friends or foes at the moment, so it's necessary to eliminate all the risk by strengthening our guard. Still, I will try my best to avoid conflict.
好吧，但愿只是误会一场，跟他们打交道麻烦死了。
Okay, I hope it's all just a misunderstanding. Dealing with them is a lot of trouble. So the next stage is actually the voice-only stage, or slash cinematic stage, and we're getting quite a lot of those. This one tend to be even almost longer than all the normal stages. Entangled state. From here on out, the path forward transforms into an unpredictable journey. Seeing Klukay coming alone and unarmed, the platoon leader lets out a displeased grunt from behind his protective shirt.
派个人形过来算什么？
What's the point of just sending a doll over?
让你那个当缩头乌龟的主人出来说话。
Tell your cowardly owner to come out and talk. I guess this is one of the dolls that again owns herself. Voice recognition tells Klukay that it is Dmitry, whom he has talked with earlier.
H.I.D.E 404是人形自主管理的武装小队，目前正在协助非军事力量管理局在黄区针对非法 PMC 进行调查。
H.I.D.E 404 is an autonomous armed doll squad currently assigned the Non-Military Forces Administration in investigation illegal PMCs in the Yellow Zone. Klukay intentionally modifies the part about Paradeos in accordance with Alina's instruction.
404什么玩意儿？从没听说过。
404? What's that? Never heard of that.
非军事力量管理局还雇佣了你们？
The Non-Military Force Administration hired you guys too? Although he's still suspicious, hearing the Non-Military Force Administration being mentioned makes him relax a bit. Hired too, so they also were hired by them.
我们是编外人形，没听过很正常。
We are supernumerary dolls, so it's normal that you haven't heard of us.
我们应该还有正事需要沟通。
And we have some business to discuss.
行啊，说正事儿。
Business, of course. Dmitry takes a look at the radiation detector and ensures that the reading is within safety limits. He then pulls the protective hood off his head, revealing the face of a middle-aged man with an angular jawline. Years on the battlefield and years of desert wind have left their marks on his face.
哎，什么鸟防护服啊？憋死老子了！
He's definitely quite manly, I would say. What kind of protective suit is this? This junk is choking me. He curses quietly with a grimace, then looks at Klukay with unbridgeable disgust in his eye.
既然你们说自己是非军事力量管理局的人形，怎么一点战场的规矩都不懂？
You claim to be working under their Nomfa, so how come you don't know the rules of engagement?
不确认身份就开火，这也是他们教你的？
Should first, ask question later. Is that what they taught you?
之前我们连续遭遇不明势力的机械袭击，而女方的侦察用机械也没有罗联勘测部队的通用识别标志。我方开火只是出于自卫。
We were previously attacked by mesh of unknown origin, and then your scouting has unit appeared without the usual identifying insignia of the UNC survey corps. We simply opened fire in self-defense.
我劝你说话前过过你那电路脑子。我们一路过来可没遇到什么不明武装。
You better start using your teen brain before you speak. We encountered no unknown mesh on our way here.
信不信由你，女方没有遇到也不代表不存在。
It's up to you whether you believe me or not. The fact you haven't encountered them doesn't mean they don't exist.
另外，是你方的无人机率先发动攻击，我们只是被动迎击。
Besides, it was your drone that started shooting first. We were just responding to such an attack.
无人机搭载的是自动模式，你们也是吗？
The drone runs in auto mode, do you?
哦，我都忘了，你们本质也就是些依靠算法、只能听指挥的破烂机器。
I don't like him. Right, how could I forget? You're just like that drone. Just another clanker that runs on algorithm that can only do as you have told. Yeah, that's evil. Ugh. Yikes. Seeing that the opposite side is trying to provoke her instead of making progress in informational exchange, Klukay raises an eyebrow and remains quiet. However, Dmitry doesn't seem to mind at all. He continues to ask questions in a considerating manner.
关于你们说的情况， 我们之后会向上级汇报，要求核查。
Regarding to what you said, we will report that to our superior later and request an investigation.
但出于安全起见，我们需要知道你们的具体任务内容和队伍规模。
For safety reasons, though, we will need to know the content of your missions and the formation size.
具体内容涉及与非军事力量管理局之间的保密协议，请向我出示你方的知情权限。
The specifics are subject to a non-disclosure agreement signed with the non-military force administration. So please show me proof of your clearance level.
至于人数，刚刚和你们进行对战的只有2名人形。
As for our numbers, only 2 those have been engaged in combat by your forces just now.
两个？
Two? Military soldiers are shocked by the contrast between the firepower they witness and 404 Real's numbers. After receiving a stare from Dmitry, they promptly shut up.
这不可能！以你们的火力，至少是10人编队的规模。
That's impossible. That level of firepower must have come from a group numbering at least 10 people.
404小队全员都是战术人形，无论是火力还是战场意识，都和你们在长城列车履职时见到的那些不同。
404 is a squad made only from a tactical dulls. Our combat capabilities and battlefield awareness are different from what you got used to during your duties at the Great Wall Railway.
你怎么知道我们在长城列车？
How do you know that we are from the Great Wall Railway?
混乱的机械编制，随意的改装，老旧的设备。
A messy combat mesh composition, haphazard modifications, all equipment.
恐怕这都是你们从瓦良格帮、暗商或者是赏金猎人身上搜刮来的吧？
Those were looted from Warjägers, underground brokers, or bounty hunters, weren't they?
至于少有的一些精良装备，那上面长城列车轨道军的标志都没来得及更换成环境勘测部队，恐怕你们也只是被借调的临时工而已。
The few pieces of elite equipment you have bear the insignia of the Great Wall Railway, and perhaps there was no time to switching to the insignia of the Environment Survey Corps. I'm guessing you are all temps in your roles. Noticing his stiff expression, Klukay inserts an additional remark.
哦，我都忘了，守长城列车的本质上就是些老旧机械组成的正规部队。
Right, how could I forget? The ones guarding the Great Wall Railway are basically regulated armed forces that consist of a bunch of old mechs most of the time. Ooh.
注意你说的话，你个破机器懂什么？
Wash your mouth. What does a blasted machine like you know? Man, she is look her smiling. She definitely right now very. She shot him. Dmitry raises his gun, but Klukay simply stares at him coldly without moving a muscle. She doesn't have muscles.
事情已经说明白了，可以结束了吧？
I have explained everything. Isn't it time for this to end?
给我等等！
Hold up. Just as Klukay turns away to leave, Dmitry shouts for her to stop. The soldiers raise their gun and aim at her.
什么？
What?
就算你真是非军事力量管理局的，老子部队的损失怎么算？
Even if you really are from the non-military force administration, how do you plan to comprehend us for the losses we have suffered?
404同样存在物资损失的问题，这次事件的发生，双方都有责任。
404 has lost assets too. Both sides are responsible for what happened today.
你想赖账？
Trying to renege on your debt?
没有。
No.
那还 还不给钱？这些装备可是老子好不容易争取和积攒下来的。
Then where's the money? We worked long and hard to gather all that equipment.
你个破机器知不知道，老子们肩负的可是洲际列车建设的勘测任务，就算是非军事力量管理局，也不会给你们这个面子。
Does your broken teen brain realize that we are responsible for surveying for this construction of the intercontinental railway? Not even the NOMFA will back you up on this.
赖账是基于欠账定义的，我方并不承认在此方面的欠账。
Renage means we are in debt to you. I don't think we own any such debts to your forces. Facing Klukay's unwavering attitude, Dmitry takes out his communicator.
如果私下说不通，那你就等着正式命令吧。
If we cannot settle this between us, then you will wait for orders from above.
不过我劝你想好了，就算我们是被借调的部队，但横竖算是正规编制。你们这些破人形说的话，会有我们的分量重吗？
But before I contact them, remember that even if we are temps, we are considered part of the regular army. Do you think a doll like you will be taken as seriously as us?
更何况老子这里可是有30几号人，还能被你们2张嘴说过去？
I have over 30 people ready to testify. Do you think you two can manage to win them over?
你现在可以联络外界。
You are able to contact the outside world right now? Hearing Klukay's questions, Dmitry simply assumes that the opposing side is considering his threat. And so, he increases the pressure in his voice.
当然，等到我这条消息发出去，事情的性质可就变了。
Of course. Once the message gets out, the situation gets a whole lot worse.
赶紧的，老子还要带人去下一个居住点，没空陪你在这里耗着。
Stop dawdling. I have to bring them over to the next settlement. I've got no time to waste on the likes on you.
要钱没有？但是我们可以短期协助你们作战。
We have no money for you, but we can assist you in combat for some time.
毕竟你的队伍想在这种环境里行进也不容易吧？
This environment must be pretty hard on your forces after all.
而404的火力你们刚刚也见识过了。
And you have seen us in action just now. Dmitry does not expect this reply. He sees up Klukay.
你在做什么打算？
What are you up to?
什么都没有，只是出行前被交代过，不要和地方部队产生不必要的冲突。
Nothing. It's just that before we set off, we were told not to unnecessarily antagonize the local forces. Dmitry pokes his communicator after a moment of consideration.
成交，但我警告你们，给我乖乖听指挥，少动歪脑筋。
Deal. But here's my warning. You better listen to my orders and not think of trying anything funny.
区域通讯频段110.32，把你们的通讯终端调好。
The regional comms frequency is 110.32. Adjust your communicator accordingly.
这片鬼地方干扰大，和大部队距离不要超过2公里。
There are a lot of interferences in this hellhole, so make sure you stay with a maximum of the 2 kilometers from all forces.
希望你们不会说太多废话。
I hope I don't have to hear too much crap from you.
放心吧，你不配听。
Don't worry about it. I could not care less about you.
2个破烂人形也想介入我们内部的区域通讯，要密钥的。
2 crappy dolls want in on our internal regional communication. They will need a password for that. I don't like him. After confirming that she has successfully connected to the comms frequency, Klukay ignores the insults and turns to leave.
切，破机器！
Goddamn machine.
罗琳，一会儿回去你跟兄弟们交代一下，之后负责巡逻的人员配置缩减30%，遇到危险优先让那2个铁疙瘩顶上去。
Later on, once we are back, go tell the guys responsible to scale down scouting patrols by 30%. Have those 2 tin cans handle the danger we come across, whatever is possible.
哎，德米，真要带上这2个人形，他们万一不老实可怎么办
？Are we really bringing those 2 dolls along, Dima? What if they tried something on us?
我会联络准尉，核实他们的身份。你们也上点心，和他们保持距离。
I will contact the warden officer to confirm their identities. You guys should be careful too, and keep your distance from them.
不管怎么说，多2个给我们开路的人形，对之后的任务有好处。
No matter how you put it, having 2 dolls be our vanguards is beneficial for our mission.
可是，如果他们做点什么，那种火力量级……
But if they do something to us, their level of combat proficiency…
你能不能有点志气啊？我们30多个人加上机器还打不过他们2个？刚刚的作战趋势你看不清楚吗？
Could you grow a spine for once? You think 30 armed men plus max are not enough to deal with the 2 of them? Did you see how the earlier battle went?
另外，叫我长官，说多少遍了，稍不注意你就改口。
Also, make sure to address me as a sir. You're really good at forgetting that if I don't keep telling you.
哎呀，这不习惯了吗？
I'm used to calling you differently, that's all. They are probably good friends.
习惯什么习惯？我们在轨道军供职都这么多年了，该叫长官的时候就给我按规矩来，不然那群新兵蛋子又觉得我偏心。
That's not an excuse. We have served in the railway forces for so many times. You need to be addressing me appropriately. Otherwise, the newer guys will think I'm biased again. Again? Huh. Seeing Dmitri's serious expression, the soldier named Larios corrects his casual demeanor and salutes him.
明白了，长官。
Understood, sir.
这还差不多。回去吧，招呼大家继续向目的地进发。我们的行程已经延期了，趁天黑前能走多少是多少。
That's more like it. You can go back now. Tell everyone to continue on towards our target location. We have been delayed enough already. So we should go as far as we can before the sun sets. Dual beam observation. Once you look at things from another angle, you will find that things are not always as simple as they seem on the surface.
先是找帕拉蒂斯，现在又要协助罗莲的勘测部队，怎么这活还越做越多了？
First we have to find Paradios, and now we have to help that H.I.D.E survey corps. Will more work just keep coming like this?
可陆凯，404也不缺经费吧？你就是给他们点钱又怎么样嘛？
Klukay, 404 isn't lacking funds, is it? Why cannot you just settle in by giving them some money?
姑息无礼的要求，这个世界的蛀虫只会越来越多。
You will only be adding to the numbers of insufferable people in the world if you give it to their unreasonable demands.
但给他们打白工明显也没有好到哪里去。
But being free labor for them has no benefits for us either.
至少我们可以找到方向。
At least we won't be lost anymore.
你是说定位信号？
You mean the signal problem from before?
可他们要去的居住点和我们之前约定的并不是同一个呀。
But they are not going to the same settlements as the ones we agreed on.
你是刚学走路的小孩子吗？一次就只能走一步？
Are you an infant who just learning how to walk? Can you only take one step at a time? Klukay signs with concern.
现在坍塌风暴已经结束，我们的信号却依然没有恢复的迹象，但是勘测部队却可以与外部联络。 这说明信号中断很可能是因为暗伤的基站损坏导致的。
The collapse storm has ended, but our signal is showing no signs of getting restored. Yet, the survey corps are able to contact the outside world, so it's highly likely that the underground broker's base station is broken, causing our signal interruption.
而如果跟着那些勘测部队找到居住点，就至少可以借用当地的信号网络联系上安朵斯和比尤卡他们。
So, if we follow those people and reach a settlement, we can at least borrow the settlement's network to contact Andoris and Belka.
明白了吗？
Get it now?
哦，但是一次只能走一步的不止小孩子，还有国际象棋里的国王哦，很厉害的。
But you know, children are not the only one who walks one step at a time. That applies to the king in chess too, yeah? It's impressive. Klukay was sort of not happy about this. A communication receives a comms request from survey corps following them. I guess we have work to do.
这里是404小队队长，战术人形可路凯，有什么事？
This is H.I.D.E 404, Leader's Tactical Doll Klukay. What's up?
德米特利大师要求你们即刻调整行进方向，保持当前时速，向2点钟方向行进。
First Sergeant Dmitri want you to change the direction. Effective immediately. Maintain the same speed and hit in the 2 o'clock direction.
这与目的地方向严重偏离，而且
That's a severe deviation from the course for our target location and... Klukay has no more to say, but she is interrupted by the angry Dmitri.
你们这帮烂铁块懂什么？
What do you rust? Buckets even know.
让你们改道就赶紧给老子改，别忘了老子怎么交代的，全程听指挥。
Change course when I tell you to change course. Don't forget what I said. Listen to my orders. He's so insufferable, man.
知道了。
Yes, of course. Klukay cuts the comms and swerves to the correct direction. The incoming barrage of wind hits the yawning Mechity right in the mouth.
你干嘛？
What the hell?
改道。
Changing course.
哦，
Mechity adjusts her posture to that the wind does not blow into her face. The motorbike flies over the empty winds like a released arrow, carving a clear path in the landscape. The motorbike suddenly brakes. The slumbering Mechity loses her balance, but Klukay catches her before she falls off. Klukay connects to the survey comms.
西北方向发现小型生骸集群，数量5至10，预计5分钟后会与大部队遭遇。
A small group of elites to the northwest, around 5 or 10 of them. Estimate time before contacting with the mine force in 5 minutes.
知道会遇见就把他们都干掉。
Then wipe them out. This is something like sort of the proving ourselves, right? You just want to make us busy.
这点屁事也要联络？你们是只会说废话的喇叭吗？
Contacting us for such trivial matters. Are you a broken trumpet? And still you, the boss of it, picked up the contact for this trivial matter.
是你说要一切听指挥，我们只是按照约定等待指令。
It was you who told us to listen to your orders. We are simply waiting for your command in accordance with our agreement. Upon hearing this, Dmitri utters something under his breath, but it is too quiet for Klukay to hear. After a short moment, he responds within an impatient tone.
老子不希望看到一只残留的生骸。就这样。
I don't want to see any elites remaining. That's it. The comms are abruptly cut. With a stiff expression, Klukay parks the motorbike against a nearby boulder.
下车，准备干活了。
Get down, time to walk. The elites have been eliminated, and the main force arrives right after. Under Dmitri's order, the troops stop to collect samples from the elites' corpses as part of their routine.
明明人已经到了，却完全袖手旁观，这就是罗连军人的勇敢。
You people arrived early, but choose not to help in the fight. Is this the bravery of the UNHC soldiers?
对付这么点生孩还需要帮忙的话，你们两个还不如回绿区擦玻璃算了。
If you need help against such a small group of elites, you would better go back to the Green Sun to work as window cleaner. Damn, oh my god, it's so unsufferable, Dmitri. Damn. Noticing something off about Klukay, Mechity tugs on her cloth.
好啦，确实像他说的，这次遇到的生孩数量挺少的。
Hey, he's not really wrong. There were not too many elites.
那是，这一路过来，长官选的路线可都是最安全的。
Of course, our surgeon chose the safest route all the time. Yeah? Our surgeon chose the two dolls I probably think they have the capability to wipe you out, guys, if they have enough armor.
不管是随意出现的生孩，还是冲关的瓦良格邦，只要他在，我们就不会输。
Be it random elites or Waigas, we will never lose with him around. That sounds like dead flags, to be honest, right now. Red flags. Red flags. Oh, death flags, I think. That's... Upon hearing this, Klukay gives Dmitri a questionable look.
你经历过其他战场？
You have been in other theaters of combat?
怎么？
What?
只是驻守长城列车的话，不会有这样的经验和意识。
You could not just have gained this level of experience just by guarding the Great Wall Railway.
我听说现在的守军中有一部分是新苏联过去的编制。
I hear that some folks like you were once part of the retired formations of the Neo-Soviet Union.
你问东问西的想干什么？
What are you getting at with a question like that?
少多管闲事。
Don't poke your nose where it does not belong.
你给我过来！
You? Come over here. Uh-oh. Someone get fired. Dmitri glares at the soldier who has interjected just now. Feeling the surgeon's displeasure, the soldier makes the wise decision to shut up, packs the samples he has collected, and follows Dmitri towards the trucks.
哇，总算走了，幸好你们没再吵起来。
Ah, he's finally off. Glad you two did not go at each other's throats again.
这个大哥也是，总觉得他似乎很讨厌我们，就算是一开始误伤了，也不至于气到现在吧。
Mechity's mount expressions are one of the best ones. She goes from this simple tree mount to like one big yawn. But Mr. Sergeant really seems to hate us, even if it was because of a misunderstanding at first. I don't get why he's still angry towards us.
当心一点。
Be careful.
哦，
从遇到他们开始，袭击我们的武装就没有再出现过了，不觉得奇怪吗？
You haven't not met any of those mesh that attacked us earlier ever since we met those people. Don't you think it's weird?
也许是对方放弃了。啊，毕竟队伍变大了。
Maybe they just give up? We are with a large group for now, after all.
只有这点防范意识的你，真的应该回旅去擦玻璃。
You might be right. With this amount of caution in your brain, you really should go back to wiping windows in green zones.
上车，我们继续出发。
Get on the bike. We have to move on. Dormant black hole. Beware of their deafening silence. At night, a well-equipped off-road vehicle quickly pulls over from the purification zone. The emotionless doll in the vehicle accepts a comms request from within a white zone.
进展怎么样了？他非常重视这里的工作进度，一定不要和6分以内啊，让他们失望了，蓝雪球。
How is the progress? The work being done here is of great importance to them. Don't let them down like Sexton did. Blusphere.
我知道，但是根据那边的回报来看，情况出现了一点变化。
I know, but looking at the reports from over there, the situation seems to have changed.
哦，
任务区域外围出现了2支各由2名战术人形组成的小队，并且持续向区域内靠近。
2 squads made of tactical dolls have appeared on the outskirts of our mission area. They are closing in.
只是战术人形的话，和平时一样处理掉不就好了？
If it's just a bunch of tea dolls, why not deal with them just like always?
我们确实优先派出了机械武装，但是他们的火力超出了预期。
We have indeed sent out our mechs, but we underestimated their combat abilities. So this is the guys who attacked us, and they seems like to be the same group with the Sexton.
另外，
Also, I'm guessing also the third gen doll generation.
另外，
Also,
其中一支队伍与罗联勘测部队派遣的一支陆行部队相遇，并且不知因为什么，双方达成了合作关系。
one of the squad has met with a ground formation from the URNC survey corps. For some reason, they are working together now.
为了不进一步惊动罗联政府并引起不必要的麻烦，我暂时下令撤回了追击他们的机械。
In order to avoid alerting the URNC government and causing any unnecessary troubles, I have issued retreat orders for the pursuing mechs. So Mechity was actually right. Klukay, please.
下一步如何行动？请告诉我。
Please, tell me my move next.
派遣武装优先清除附近的信号基站，等到这里成为信号死区后，再一举清理掉这些人。
Send out the mechs to wipe out a nearby signal base station. Once the area becomes a signal dead zone, finish them all in one fell swoop.
好的。
Got it. Blusphere nods quietly. These orders are familiar to her. It has already been the case that once their orders are transmitted, one dead zone appears after another, becoming graveyards in the determination zone.
还有，
By the way, as if to intentionally emphasize the moment, the doll on the other side of the comms makes a pause.
根据内应的情报来看，罗联负责净化工程的部门从目标区域附近驻守长城列车的轨道军那里借调了增援。你们监测到的部队应该就是他们。
According to internal intelligence, a UNC department responsible for purification works has seconded troops from the nearby Great Wall Railway Force near the target area. The formation you mentioned should be them.
所以必须加快速度了哟，在这里的事情引起注意之前。
So, do be sure to hurry it up, okay? Finish your work before what happened here attracted attention.
收到。
Acknowledged.
目前帕拉蒂斯基本已经完成了撤离，剩下的只有针对那个东西的追踪与回收了。
Currently, Paradies has almost finished evacuating this area. What's left is to track down and recover it.
我现在也已经动身前往目标区域， 一定可以准时完成任务。
I'm currently moving towards the target area. The mission will be completed on time.
蓝雪球很令人安心呢，不由得想要替你加油了。
You make me feel at ease, Blusphere. It makes me want to cheer for you.
另外，看在你这么努力的份上，我也为你调配一些增援好了。
Anyway, since you are working so hard, I will arrange some reinforcements for you.
他们到了之后会与你联系的。
They will contact you once they have reached the area.
好的。
Got it.
就没有多余的感谢了吗？
Not even gonna thank me? By the way, this voice. I'm not sure, but is this the same voice that also contacted Dart with the other job? Maybe not. I cannot really recognize the voice, but audio channel, somewhat the same expression, voice expression.
虽然人不多，但也是我未雨绸缪，给蓝雪球提前准备好的礼物呢。
Even though they number few, they are a gift for Blusphere that I have painstakingly prepared, you know? Blusphere shifts her gaze from the road to the comms interface for a moment. Her empty eyes betrays no emotions, no fluctuations, as if she's a military drone can only understand orders.
谢谢你，简。
Thanks, Cocoon. Hey, we got the name.
跟黑眼比起来，只是应答命令。蓝雪球过于无趣了呢。
I was right. Compared to Darchu, you are so boring. You only respond to orders. So this is the same doll that contacted Darchu. He gave the kind of familiar vibe.
好了。
Fine.
加快速度，不要让上面等急了。
Go quickly. Don't make higher ups wait, okay?
收到。
Acknowledged. Cocoon scans the comms. Blusphere hits the gas, and the dark vehicle blends into the night. Lattice distortion. All it takes is a single crack to destroy a false balance. Under the setting sun, the Elmo... Oh, we're back to Elmo. The Elmo moves forward, still a long distance from its target. Yeah, this is Elmo's view. Over the years, whenever darkness falls, the past comes rushing back to me uncontrollably. This is why I detest the night, the Mephisto agreement, and the unending work of a bounty hunter isolates me from the world's maelstrom, both in time and space. Despite the hard work and isolation, they are like a calming tranquilizer. They make friends with alcohol, pulling me into slumber. Yet the white nightmares does not fade. It was kept up with me, making it difficult to confront the choice I'd made in the past. A million self-reassurances and rationalizations fall flat in the face of this. The contract with the devil has since changed. I will not run, but am I truly ready? The comms terminal interface shows a recent comms from Klukay, as well as a message from before. One after another, the message repeats the same thing. Where are you? Klukay is waiting for us. Where am I? I have never answered this question in my head or to them. To say the truth, I often struggle to fathom where I am in this world. What I know for sure is, I don't want to drag 404 and their friends down the maelstrom with me. But it is the same for me to give them an answer. Not in the form of a message. I want to convey my sincerity. All these years, as I have tried to pull further and further away to the point of Aphelion, she has sought to be closer to me. The Environmental Survey Corps have chosen an abandoned settlement to make camps. The soldiers gather for a round of poker around a campfire, with crowd emitting sound, anger and laughter every now and then.
嘿，洛莲，别耍赖，这把就是你输了，赶紧把偷藏的罐头拿过来。
Give it up, Lorien. It's your loss. Show us the can you have been hiding.
我哪还有罐头？想吃找后勤去。
What can? If you want that, go find logistics.
少来！出发前我明明看见你那个箱号，给你塞了一包东西，里边肯定有。
Miss me with that lot of bull? I saw your lover sleep your something before you left. You are definitely hiding something.
我就这么点东西，你还盯着？
You really watch me closely, for how little I have.
怪也只能怪上边的人，为了立军功就大包大揽的接任务。
Blame the upper if you want. They accepted mission in swords, in hopes of getting some merit.
装备和配给都没到位，就催着我们出发。要不是长官平时搜刮来些资产，我们指不定多惨呢。
They make us set off without supplying us with enough resources and equipment. If it wasn't for their sergeant taking the opportunity to scavenge something every now and then, there is no guessing how badly we would be faring by now.
是啊，平时守列车就够累的了，这会儿还要给洲际列车做什么环境勘测？
Yeah, it's thrilling enough to guard their railway. And now we have to do some kind of environmental survey for them.
他们倒是先把咱们的军饷和配置也提到正规勘测部队的标准呢。
Why don't they pay and equip us with their standard of an actual survey corps? For starters.
哎呀，算了算了，上边的任务发下来，你还能不做吗？
Oh, leave it to be, man. You think you can do something other than what the uppers tell you to do?
也就赶这时候骂骂娘。
The only thing you can do here is curse people's mothers.
嘿，我看你小子是欠收拾了。
Hey, I think what you are doing here is inviting me to teach you a lesson. Lorraine slaps him hard on the back of the head, and the two of them start to roughhouse with each other. Their onlookers start making a din and cheer them on. Compared to their boisterous soldiers, H.I.D.E 404 is rather quiet. Well, one of them is sleeping anyway. Mechity is in sleep mode after being busy for an entire day, while Klukay looks at the buffeting and joking soldiers coldly. Dmitri notices her gaze, returning it with his own unfriendliness on his face. Yeah, Dmitri is, damn, so insufferable.
看什么看？
What are you looking at?
再看，把你眼睛拆下来。
I will remove your eyes if you keep looking.
乌合之众。
Rubble.
啊？你再说一遍。
Huh? Say that again. Dmitri straightens up, putting his bottle down.
贪污、赌博、勒索、消极避战，你们和一般混混有什么区别？
Corruption, gambling, extortion, hiding around. Or are you all different from the common gangsters?
一边说着任务紧急，一边在这里大摇大摆的扎营休息。不说你们在吃空饷就不错了。
You talk about how urgent the mission is, then camp here and enjoy yourselves. boisterously. It's good enough that I don't call you a bunch of wage thieves.
呸！你个垃圾铁块懂什么？
What do you tin cans know?
人又不是你们这种不眠不休的任务机器，该休息的时候休息，关键时刻这脑子和身体才能派上用场。
Humans are not unsleeping machines like you do. We need rest when it needed, so that we can use our bodies and brains at the right moment. While speaking, Dmitry gestures towards his temple, giving her a provocative look.
不过对于你们这种脑子里只有电路的人形来说，确实也不用休息啊。
But for your cable for brains dolls, it's true that rest is unneeded.
随时等待主人的命令，摇着尾巴执行就得了。
You guys simply wait for your master's commands and do them like good little puppies.
我再强调一次，404是人形自主管理的精英小队。我们的事情我们自己说了算。
He has like really punchable face. I will emphasize again that 404 is an elite squad considering of self-managing dolls. We call their shots on our own.
笑死人了，精英小队。
What a joke, elite squad, huh?
你看看你旁边那个小不点儿，睡得可是比我们这边谁都早。
Look at the little one beside you. She sleeps earlier than any of us here. I bet the little one has a killer mode too. Just as Klukay wanted to make a retort, Mechity rolls over, laying near Klukay's feet. She seems to be thoroughly enjoying her sleep.
精英就这样。
That's an elite. The soldiers of the survey corps roar in laughter.
起来！
Get up! Klukay bends down and shakes Mechity awake. Mechity shakes her head around in confusion.
又要干嘛啦？
What do you want now?
巡逻。
Patrol! Klukay pulls Mechity up, leaving the camp with long strides. Behind them rings out their taunt from soldiers, with Dmitry's voice behind the most prominent.
哎呀，这就对了，好好守夜看家吧，精英人形。
Now, that's more like it. Be good guard dogs, elite dolls. So insufferable. Even the elites are sleeping. Why are we still working so hard? Klukay, can we just report back to the camp and then go back to sleep? Oh, good. Get ready for battle and wipe them out. Delayed signal. The past is never truly gone because it shaped the future. The night passed by without trouble. After a couple of hours of movement, the formation finally reached the target settlement.
我们的支援工作到此为止，也请你们按照约定放弃对404追责。
Our support works end here. I request that you honor our deal and release 404 from all blame.
替我转告你们非军事力量管理局的主人，以后自己的部下教育好了再放出来。
Help me send my regards to your non-military forces administration masters. Tell them to educate their underlings better before leading them out. Dmitry waves his hand impatiently before leaving with the soldiers.
乌吉莱亚和格琳娜已经被骚扰一番了吧？
I reckon that Leva and Kalina must have been harassed a bunch at this point, no?
还好有这个编外人形的名义， 不然可能我们已经被押送去军事法庭了。
Good thing we are supernumerary dolls, otherwise we might be on the way to a court martial already.
莱亚还是404的成员，处理这些事情就是他本职工作。
Levi is still part of 404. Handling things like this is part of her job.
也是。我们现在要干嘛
True enough. What do we do now?
找这里的居民，借用一下他们的网络。
Find the residents here and borrow their network.
哦，那你去吧。
Feel free.
我先找个地方再睡会儿。昨天折腾了一夜，今早还被迫早起。
I'm going to find a place to sleep. I have been forced to wake up earlier, even after having to stay up yesterday night. Seeing Mechity rub her eyes and attempt to slip away, Klukay grabs her with haste.
别拽领子
Not the collar!
借用网络也不需要2个人，你自己去嘛。
You don't need 2 people to borrow the network. Just go by yourself.
虽然很想借给你们，但是我们这儿的信号也已经失效有几天了。
We would like to borrow you our network, but we have lost signal for a couple of days now.
毕竟平时就断断续续的，最近坍塌风暴频发，可能基站彻底损坏了吧。
The connection is intermittent even on normal days. Plus, there's been many collapsed storms recently. Perhaps the base station has completely broken down after all.
你们不需要和外界联络吗？
Does the settlement not need to contact the outside world?
这还要感谢罗联勘测部队的人，他们因为要执行勘测任务，有一部分人半个月前就在这里扎营了。
The people from the H.I.D.E survey course help to do that, because they need to carry our survey missions nearby. Some of them started to camp here since half a month ago.
所以我们最近都是借用他们的通讯设备和外界进行必要联络的。
So in recent weeks, we have been using their communication equipment to contact the outside world when it was needed.
那他们的扎营地你知道吗？
Do you know where their camp is?
就在居住点的西南边缘。
It is near the southwest border of our settlement.
那里本来是一片无人居住的旧楼群，正好可以让他们停放车辆、安置伤员和病患。
That area is an old abandoned residential complex, so it is perfect for parking their vehicles and housing the wounded and the sick.
病患？是指艾莉的患者？
Sick? You mean Elite infected?
哦。
The scrawny middle-aged woman looks at the cloth she wears. Her withered hands fold anxiously. Oh my god, it's probably one of these people that Paradios make experiments on.
这里1年来，艾类的感染率似乎上升了。
Elite's infection rates have gone up considerably in the past years.
发病的症状更加剧烈，发病时间也缩短了不少。我原本以为是错觉。
The symptoms have become more severe and are progressing much faster. I thought it was my imagination. We pretty much sure that Paradios was in this area, so that's probably the case. By the way, where is Stand here behind us? I feel watched. Klukay and Mechity exchange looks.
直到看到罗联的勘测部队，他们也有不少人得病了。
Until I saw the H.I.D.E survey cars, quite a number of them were infected too.
按理说，他们随行的医疗人员肯定比我们这种小地方连医生都算不上的那些人要专业才是，但看起来也是束手无策，不得已才把一些严重的病患安置在这里。
should be that the medical professionalism they have with them would be more skilled than those of us who can't even be considered doctors. But it seems they too are at their wits' end about those infections. They had no choice but to host some of their seriously ill people there.
你的意思是，他们之前还有一批人离开了？
So what you're saying is, they had a bunch of people leave them previously?
大概有20多个吧。
Yes, about 20 of them.
但是从那天后就没有再见过他们。听几个赏金猎人说，附近的生孩变多了，就算活着，大概也是他们的同类了。
We had not seen them ever since that day. I heard from some bounty hunters that there has been an increase in the numbers of elites roaming nearby. Even if they lived, they must have scrambled and become just like them now.
如果连正规军人都支撑不住的话，我们这里不知道还能撑多久。
People from the regular army cannot take it. I don't know how much longer we can last. She bits her lips, unable to continue the topic.
我的孩子还需要人照顾。
I need to take care of my kid.
谢谢你。
Thank you. The woman nods and closes the old, worn door.
哇，这一带的暗商基站也太粗制滥造了点，真就坏完了呀！
Wow, the underground broker base station is really done for now because of their sobby constructions, huh?
格鲁凯，现在我们怎么办？
Klukay, what should we do now?
根据静态地图，可以确认之前约定的见面地点，它距离这儿并不远，过去大概只需要1至2小时。
The rendezvous point is around 1 or 2 hours from here, so the place is not that far off according to their static map.
但很危险啊！万一我们出去，再遇到那些机械袭击，没信号，就只有静态地图，很容易迷路啊！
But it's so dangerous. What if we get attacked by those unknown mechs again? We have no signal, and we'll have to rely on the static map. We could easily get lost, you know? Mechity grabs and rubs her hair as if expressing a breakdown. Her tangled hair threads as messy as a mentally exhausted neurocloud.
要不我们等个赏金猎人或者是暗商的车队，跟他们先回去？
Why don't we wait for a bounty hunter or underground broker convoy and go back home with their help?
如果你思考的速度能够赶上放弃的速度，404一定会有更好的发展。
If you can think just as fast as you give up, 404 would be in a much better place right now.
那我火速放弃思考就完了。
I love when she does this mouth expression. Like she goes from this small 3 mouth to that big yawn mouth. Then would not be so over if I give up thinking at the speed of light?
现在唯一的问题就是信号，所以只要有信号，并且还有对应的接入权限，问题就会迎刃而解。
Our only issue now is having no signal. So once we have signal and get the relevant access permissions, everything will be solved.
怎么话题又绕回来了？现在谁都没信号啊，除了
We are going in a loop now. No one has signal here. Other than that,
等等，你该不会要去和勘测部队求助吧？
wait a minute. You can't be thinking of asking the survey corps for help, right? Well, I guess. Klukay nods calmly.
想想就不可能啦。
It's impossible if you just think about it for a second.
除了德米特里，或许还有更加难缠的官邸 BOSS 藏身在他们的军营里。
There could be something even worse than Dmitri in their camp. Perhaps a way more tricky and stage boss. Is this foreshadowing?
人类之间流传着一句话：有钱能使鬼推磨。
Humans have a saying somewhere along the lines of this: money makes the devil turn milestones for you.
404最近正好不缺钱。
404 has not been lacking in money recently.
之前不还帅气的说不能姑息世界的蛀虫什么的。
Weren't you saying something along the lines of not enabling insufferable people by giving in to their unreasonable demands? Angry Klukay.
好嘛，去就是了。
Fine. We will go then. Oh. Look, it's probably Dmitry at the background. Klukay and Mechity arrives near the complex situated on the southwest side of the settlement. They see a transport escorted by military jeeps arrived and stop at the nearby field. Personnel in protective suits remove supply boxes from the vehicle. Hearing the commotion, medics from the survey corps come out of the complex to meet with them.
那个是罗连派来的运输车吧？看样子他们就驻扎在这里。
Isn't that the transport from the ONC? Looks like they're staying right over there.
我们过去问问吧，也许不用找到上边的人就能接到接入权限呢。
Let's go over there and ask. Perhaps we won't even need to get to their uppers before we get granted access permission. As she speaks, Mechity moves towards the transport, but is dragged into a hiding spot by Klukay.
怎么了？你不会告诉我你现在又后悔了吧？
What is now? Are you regretting it now?
那不是罗莲的车。
That's not an RNC vehicle.
确实不是罗莲的通用标志。
It's not the common identifying insignia of the ONC.
而且，即使黄区环境恶劣，这么多人护送一辆物资运输车，未免有点小题大做。
Also, escorting this many escorts to guard a supply transport is a bit too much, even for a dangerous environment like a yellow zone.
多送来一份药品，可能就会多挽救一条人命。你懂什么？
Okay, Dmitry probably has some dirty hands. Every dose of medicine could save someone's life. What would those like you want? You know. Dolls? Dmitry's resonant voice ringing out from a dozen meters behind the door.
什么时候？
Where did you... Oh, it's us.
下次想要监视别人的时候，记得从一开始就藏好了。
Next time you want to spy on someone, make sure you are well hidden from the get-go.
不过
However, standing up from behind cover, Dmitry's gun is aimed at Klukay.
你们两个偷偷摸摸躲在这里，想干什么？
Why the two of you sneaking around? What are you planning?
说个理由来听听，看看老子的枪喜不喜欢。
Give me a reason, and I will ask my gun if it likes it. Okay, Klukay, please give a reason and save this man's life. Before he makes a stupid mistake. Klukay and Mechity is instantly surrounded by armed soldiers who have popped up from behind walls. They are all aiming at the door. Wait, they are too good prepared. Klukay gives Mechity a look. They raise their hands and show that they have no intentions to fight.
我们是来找你的。
We're here to find you.
Huh?
Dmitry stares at the two dolls, but eventually lowers his weapon. However, he does not order his subordinates to stand down. I have a slightly hunch that they actually make an ambush for those guys with the supplies.
什么事？
What do you want with me?
我
We
没问你，让他说。
I don't want you to tell me. That's H.I.D.E. The young Mechity is given a rude shock upon hearing those words. With her mouth still open, she exquisitely points at herself with a look of disbelief on her face.
没错，就是你。
That's right. Yeah. Seeing that Klukay has given her a nod, Mechity scratches her head in resignation.
是这样的。
It will take a while. It's like this. Mechity explains their situation to Dmitry, then tells him about their request to gain access to communications.
我就说之前突然提出护送是别有目的。
I knew you want something else when the two of you offered to escort us.
想不到你们这两个人形还真有点脑子。
You dolls do have some brain after all.
可陆凯，他这是在夸我们，好奇怪的人啊。
Klukay, is he complimenting us? What a weird guy.
我们只是希望可以接入网络，联络队友会合。
We wish only to access the network, communicate with our teammates, and regroup with them.
你们想干嘛关我屁事啊？哪里来的回哪去。
And why should I give a crap to help? Screw off back to where you came from.
费用我们会给。
We will pay for your help.
口气倒是不小啊。
You was carry such strength and confidence.
就算你们为非军事力量管理局做事，也不要妄想可以打折。
Don't go thinking that we will give you a discount because you are working for the non-military force administration. Facing Klukay's unyielding attitude, Dmitry lifts an eyebrow and switches to a cantankerous tone.
这里信号确实不怎么样，即便使用军方专线，也必须配合特殊识别的信号放大器才行。
It is true that the signal here is pretty weak, so even if you want to use the military line, we need to use special signal booster.
所以设备以及线路的使用、维护费用，因为借用设备而对我们产生影响的补偿金、借用设备的保障金，还有
So, fees for the use of our equipment and line, maintenance fees, compensation for borrowing our equipment and hence causing us troubles, a deposit for landing equipment, and did I really thought that he has like very punchable face?
说个数。
Name your price. Dmitry makes a hand gesture.
这也太黑了！大哥，你不如改行做暗商吧。
That's really shady of you, uncle. Why don't you change career and be an underground broker? Probably he was. Probably he was.
付得起就给钱，付不起滚蛋。
Pay if you can, piss off if you can't.
成交。
Deal.
喂？
It's not just Mechity. A flash of surprise runs across Dmitry's face as well.
给我你的账户。哼，想必一定是私人的吧。
Give me your account details. It's definitely a private one, right? No, it's... Oh my god, this could be Elmo's funds. Elmo's funds just going to waste for this one. Ah.
我先说清楚，这可是罗联正规勘测部队的专线，你们收发的讯息内容都给老子注意点。
Let me make this clear. This is a dedicated line for the URNC regular survey corps, so you better watch what you say while using this.
如果发现你们联络可疑的人，就会直接取消你们的使用权限，到时候别怪老子没诚信。
If you find that you are contacting suspicious people, I will revoke your access. Don't blame all me then.
再不正规也不会和你们一样，连护送物资的车辆都要依靠外界。
As irregular as we are, we don't have to rely on borrowed vehicle to transport supplies like you people.
呸！你懂什么？
What would those like you know?
这叫合理调配民间资源。现在全世界那么多破事儿，都等着罗联的专属配车的话，等运到这里的时候，人早死光了。
This is called reasonable allocations and using for civilian resources. With so much trouble happening all over the world now, we would be skeletons eating sands if we all waited for the UNHC official vehicles.
而且这是我们高层的决定，你管得着吗你？
And these are the decisions of our top brass. What right do you have to criticize us?
你们把他们该知道的发给他们。
You guys, send them what they need.
是。
Copy that. As subordinate beside Dmitry nods, then start working on the trade. Klukay communication ring.
收到了。
Received. Short after, Dmitry's communication rings as well. Communicator. After taking a glance at the balance in his account, Dmitry closes the interface irritably.
行了，我看到了。
All right, it's in.
哎，拿了想拿的就赶紧滚，别在这里碍眼。
Take what you want and scram. Stop being an eyesore over here. Pocketing her communicator, the two dolls turn towards the exit of the camp. After leaving the Survey Corps camp, Klukay immediately established communication with Andoris and Belka. Belka's voice and projection appears immediately.
可鲁凯姐姐，我好担心你啊！
Oh, Big Six Klukay, I was so worried about you.
原本以为可以马上见面，结果却突然失去了音讯，太折磨人了。
I thought we would see each other soon, but we suddenly lost contact with you. That was so torturous.
一直联系不上你们，比尤卡非常着急，差一点就要孤身开始全域搜索了呢。
We kept being unable to contact you two. Belka was so anxious. She was about to run off on her own to start a wide area search.
因为我不能没有可鲁凯姐姐呀。
That's because I can't live without Big Sis Klukay.
行了，说正事。
Knock it off. It's time for serious discussion.
你们已经顺利抵达约定的居住点了吗？
Have you two successfully reached the designated settlement?
是呢，但说不上顺利。
We have, but not smoothly. Andoris wears an expression of worry, yet she touches her face reluctantly.
中途我们的信号也断掉了，明明出行前德尔还特意为我们装配了信号增幅接收器的。
Our signal died off on our way here, even though they especially equipped us with the signal amplifying receiver before our departure.
不过我们的运气比较好，之后没有再遭遇过深海或是不明武装的袭击，所以通过分析日照和风向以及地势，即便只有静态地图，也不至于完全迷失方向。
Our luck was decent, however, and we were not attacked by unknown meshes or edits after the loss of signal. We used the sun's position, wind directions, and landscape to navigate using the static map, so we didn't get lost in our way.
抵达居住点后，我们和当地居民借用了网络，之后就一直在尝试联系你们。
After reaching the settlement, we borrowed the network from the residents. We have been trying to contact you ever since.
多少像点样子了。
Now that's something from you too.
我被可鲁凯姐姐夸了，开心。
I was praised by Pixies. So happy.
还是要感谢可鲁凯队长平时安排的各种训练。
It's all thanks to the various types of training leader Klukay arranged for us in peacetime.
相比起来，某个不成器的人形只会在后座哇哇乱叫。
Now compared to you two, I have an useless doll over here who can only complain in the backseat. I'm pretty sure this useless doll is your best support. Mechity has taken the opportunity to switch to sleeping mode at an unbelievable speed while they were talking. Watching their unambitious Mechity, Klukay lets out a sigh.
一天到晚就知道睡觉。
All she wants is to sleep all day.
让他好好休息一会儿吧。一路过来，米什铁也很累了呢。
It's good to let her rest for a bit. Mechity must have been tired after going on such a long journey.
你越帮他说话，他就会越过分。
The more you speak for her, the worse she gets. After placing a makeshift pillow of cloth under Mechity's head, Klukay ultimately allows her to continue her slumber.
安朵斯、比尤卡，你们根据我发送的定位，现在就动身。
Andoris, Belka, head immediately to the location I just sent you.
这里的勘测部队有些异状，也许和这一带的环境变化以及帕拉蒂斯的行动有关。
The survey corps has seemed to be experiencing strange difficulties here. It might be due to the change in environment conditions and the movements of paradis around this region.
我和米什提会留在这里先行展开调查。
I will remain here with Mechity to start an investigation.
好的。
Got it.
另外，帮我查一下这个。
Before I forget, here's something I want you to help investigate. Klukay sent over footage and images she has taken over to Andoris.
这是
Huh? What's this?
说是罗莲派来的补给车，但上面的标志跟我们常规见到过的那些都不一样，而且他们还有不少的随行武装人员。
They say this is a supply transport from the URNT, but the insignia is different from what we have seen before. In addition, it was followed by numerous of armed personnel.
你是怀疑他们和这个区域的事情相关？
Are you suspicious that they are involved in the strange happenings of this region?
目前还说不上怀疑，但多一手准备总是好的。
Suspicious might be too strong of a word, but it's good to be prepared.
我明白了。
I see.
保持通讯畅通，出现问题及时联络。
Maintain a good connection to the comms. Tell us if you run into any troubles.
遵命。
Understood. After ending their communication, Klukay finally has some time to herself. She opens her message interface. As expected, there's no message from the particular person. The commander. Klukay understands that she would definitely hear about it if they had met an end. So, if they don't respond, they are safe. With this line of thoughts, Klukay poked her communicator. Tidal effect. The silence here means an up-road far away. With Andoris information, Klukay can confirm that the underground brokers network used by 404 was completely down, so she decided to contact Dia for an arrangement. After communicating the situation with Dia, he unexpectedly bears a face of resignation.
暗伤网络已经完全失效。我知道，信号的问题我也听安朵斯他们说了。
The underground broker network is completely down. I know. I hear about the signal issues from Andoris as well.
听过就完了，怎么解决？
What do you plan to do now that you have heard about it?
在污染区，404用的就是暗商提供的网络服务。我平时负责的是人形维护，又不是修基站的。
404 used network services provided by underground brokers when operating in contaminating zone. My responsibility is stall maintenance, not base station repair.
他们架设的基站年久失修，我也没办法，不是吗？
I have no power over the fact that their base stations are rarely repaired and maintained, okay?
什么？
What?
你别这么恐怖的盯着我。
Don't stare at me with such a scary expression.
这 真的不是我嫌麻烦。哎，你们这次执行任务的区域本来就接近红区，环境恶劣，来的人少，交的钱就少，暗伤的维护力度自然就会受影响。
It's still not that I'm too lazy to help. Your mission area is already pretty close to the red zone for starters. And with the hostile environment combined with little money for very little people in this area, it's natural that the underground brokers can't and don't maintain this place very much.
那就催他们修。
Then brought them for repairs.
早就催了。
It's that a long time ago.
可是那些人你还不知道吗？报修一次等1个月才回复，回复后一修又是1个月。
But don't you understand those people? Tell them this month and they reply in the next. Then it will take another month to complete their repairs. And this is very accurate to me. I also reply quite late.
我再联系他们一下，看看多给点钱或者是提供一下技术支持能否解决吧。
I will contact them again and see if I can solve the issue by giving them more money or some technical support.
不过先说好，我可不保证能够多少天内修复，这件事谁都说不准。
But I just want to make things clear. I cannot guarantee how long this will take to repair. No one knows how this will go.
在信号恢复前，你们还是继续借用那些勘测部队的吧。
It's best if you continue borrowing their survey core signal if you need it. Oh, that will cost a lot of money. The thoughts of having to continue cooperating with those soldiers irritates Klukay. At this moment, a common request from Andoris appears in her visual interface.
总之，不管用什么办法，让信号尽快恢复。
In any case, make sure to restore the signal as soon as possible, no matter what methods you use.
除非暗伤希望我亲自登门拜访。
Unless the underground brokers want me to visit them on their doorstep.
好可怕。
Oh, scary.
我这边还有别的事情，先不说了。
I have other things to take care of. This is it for now. Klukay switches over to Andoris' comms request. The sound of gunfire and the roars of elites can be heard through the comms.
克鲁凯队长，我们遭遇了大量深海袭击，请求支援。
Leader, we have been attacked by the large number of elites. Please assist.
救命啊！克鲁凯姐姐，安多斯的车都碾不完他们。
Save me, Pixie's Klukay. Andoris' jeep could not crush them all.
收到。
Acknowledge.
保持大方向不变，随时和我同步位置信息。
Keep moving in the same direction and sync your location with me every now and then.
记住，在增援抵达前优先避战，不要过度消耗。
Remember, focus on evasion and don't overexert yourself before reinforcements arrive.
明白。
Understood.
明白。
Understood. After confirming their coordinates, Klukay secures the sleeping Mechity on the motorbike's backseat before hitting the gas. Driving on the open wilds, their burpy ride finally managed to wake up Mechity.
我是谁？我在哪？你是怎么系的安全带呀？
Who am I? Where am I? Why did you do the seatbelts this way?
少废话，拿好枪，把拦路的深海清理干净。
Shut up and raise your gun. Clear out the elites blocking our path.
那你倒是先把我解开啊！我动不了啦！
Then undo the seatbelt for me. I cannot move. Well, I wish we had a picture of this.
继续。 继续。
Unreliable. Klukay would never use her gun. Just straight out with the motorcycle. Move quickly. Andoris and the team need support. Buried consciousness. The seeds of doubts have been planted, waiting for their time to erupt from the ground. Andoris, it speaks Cs.
太好了，克鲁凯队长，我们在这里。
That's great. We are here, Leader Klukay. Hearing the shouts from the comms channel, Mechity scratches her head.
虽然不是什么大事，但好歹我也在场的。
It's not a big deal, but could someone acknowledge my existence for once?
404小队全员听命，展开剿灭作战。
To all H.I.D.E 404 members, commence the elimination operation.
目标：清理全部袭击深海。
Objective: eliminate all attacking elites.
收到。
Acknowledged.
保证完成任务。
I will be sure to get it done.
Oh,
sorry, Mechity. I like her character.
克鲁凯姐姐
X6 Klukay. Right after the last bullet ends the final elite, Belka jumps off the boulder and rapidly sprints to where Klukay is.
停！
Stop.
这可是我预谋，不是筹备了好久的姐妹之间久别重逢、热泪与欢笑交织的拥抱。
But this was my plan. No, my preparation. I have long prepared for a hug of tears and love after the long-awaited reunion between sisters.
所以刚才你不按照训练时的计划行动，反而自己往深海堆里冲，就是因为这个吗？
Is that why you did not operate it according to how you were trained, and instead rushing into a mess of elites? Caught.
没有啦，我是被深海吓坏了嘛。
That face tells everything. No, I was just spooked by the elites.
还好有可鲁凯姐姐，可鲁凯姐姐超帅的。
Good thing we have Sis Klukay. Sis Klukay is so cool.
你和米什提去附近巡视一下，看是否还有遗漏的深海。
Go on patrol with Mechity to see if there are any elites we missed out.
好。
不想现在回据点待机的话，就快去。
Go now if you don't want me to send you back to the outpost. No one won here. Not Belka and not Mechity. Evading Belka's reluctant puppy gaze, Klukay turns towards Andoris, who has just walked over.
怎么这么不小心？惊动到太多深海了。
Why are you so careless? You have disturbed too many elites.
出发前我应该提醒过你们，尽量规避与深海的冲突。我们是来调查帕拉蒂斯的，不是来做环境治理。
Before we set off, I reminded the two of you to minimize any contacts with elites. We are here to investigate Paradios, not perform environmental work.
原本也没有这么多，但是
There were not so many at first, but Andoris showed her data records that she has on hand.
虽然我们在尽力调整路线，但是这些深海似乎与我们的行进方向大致相同，最终还是避无可避。
Even though we tried our best to adjust our route, those elites seems to have actually be heading in the direction we want to go. So it became impossible to obey them.
什么？数据给我。
What? Send me the data.
好的。
Got it. After skimming the data, Klukay feels that there's something up, but she doesn't manage to think of any implication.
先不管这些，让你调查的事情有结果了吗？
Forget about that for now. Do you have any results from the investigation I asked you to perform?
根据搜集到的情报来看，队长你拍摄下来的标志属于在白区正式注册的一家名为曼尼安堡的 PMC， 私人性质。
Yes, according to gathered intel, the insignia you had photographed belongs to the Mangi Security Service, a private company, and a PNC registered within the White Zones. Oh, Mangi, look at that.
PMC?
A PMC?
是的，他们主页上写着，业务范围包括但不限于物资运输、人员护送等方面。
Correct. Their website states that their business scope includes, but is not limited to, materials transport, escort service, etc., etc.
人员规模在2000人左右，活动范围从绿区到黄区都有部分涵盖。
They numbered around 2,000, and their activities span from green zones to yellow zones.
编号以 Z 开头的数据是他们最近接到的一些订单记录，但出于权限问题，应该并不全面。
The data starting with Z in their names are a record of some recent commissions they have taken on, but this is not comprehensive due to permission issues.
赛诺菲与法本集团。
Another name I all catched Faben. In NeuroCloud, there's like a window for all the new words, and you can like look up all this stuff, or like even click on that. Kind of used to it, but have no idea where who Faben is.
这是他们的主要合作方吗？他们的合作订单数量要占据总量的85%以上了吧？
Is that their main client? Transaction between them takes up more than 85 of their commissions.
我也注意到了这一点，所以又搜集了一些关于这个集团的内容。
Indeed, I noticed that too, which is why I collected some info about that group.
继续说。
Continue.
好的。
Got it. Witnessing their affirmation of her initial speculation, Andoris organized her thoughts and continues.
赛诺菲与法本集团是一家德法联合的巨型医疗化学集团，其部分业务与罗联某些部门存在合作关系。
H.I.D.E is a German-French pharmaceutical conglomerate. Part of their business involves working with some O&C departments and agencies.
该集团平时的运输任务基本都会委托曼尼安堡进行。
Their conglomerate transport missions are usually entrusted to the Mangi Security Service. And we know that Mangi has some dirt on their hands.
现在注册运营的 PMC 应该不少，有些公司的规模也明显大于曼尼安堡。
There are a ton of PMCs out there in the world, and there are many way bigger than Mangi Security.
让赛诺菲与法本集团选择他们的理由是什么？
What's H.I.D.E reason for choosing them?
最主要的原因，我想应该是这个。
I believe that the reason would be this. As she spoke, Andoris sent another set of data to Klukay.
这个集团是曼尼安堡的主要持股人。
This conglomerate is the main shareholder for the Mangi Security Service.
虽然没有找到具体的合约，但是根据赛诺菲与法本集团的过往资料来看，曾经存在过一个与曼尼安堡同名的安全部门。该部门的管理者与曼尼安堡现在的法人代表是同一个人。
Although I have not found the exact contracts papers, but according to some past records from the H.I.D.E, there was once a security department with the same name as the Mangi Security Service, headed by the same legal representatives of the current company.
原本的安全部门分裂成子公司了吗？难怪业务联系如此紧密。
Security department splitting off to become its own company. No wonder they work so closely.
应该是出于税务角度进行的结构调整。
This organization splits rapidly, like due to tax consideration.
这种操作在绿区和白区还是挺常见的呢。
A pretty common move in green and yellow zones.
你刚才说他们和罗莲的科研部门有合作。
Right. You said they were working with the UNC research department?
是呢，主要是一些药物的供给和研发。
Correct. Mainly on the support and development of some medicine.
难道真的只是送药的吗？
Would they really just be transporting medicine? Sure.
安朵斯，你联系一下莱亚，确认能否查到相关调令。
Andoris, contact Leva and see if you can find any relevant of transfer orders.
已经联系过了。
I have already done that.
根据莱亚目前掌握的信息来看，日前罗联中央政府所委派的环境勘测部队确实提出过特效药物方面的物资申请。
According to what information Leva has for now, the Environment Survey Corps, commissioned by the Central UNC government, really did send it a request for high-efficiency medicine a few days back.
但这一部分的工作并不在非军事力量管理局的管辖范围里，所以很难得知放弃正规编制部队转用私人武装的具体原因。
But this kind of work does not fall under the jurisdictions of the non-military forces administration, so it is hard to know the exact reason why they were not asked regular forces to transport it in favor of PMC.
以上就是目前能够搜集到的所有情报了。
That's all the intel we have for now.
因为我只能做出比较浅显的判断来帮助玉筛选。一会儿我会将全部资料按类别共享到2级平层，可路凯队长可以再核实一下。
Since I can only make relatively superficial judgment to assist in pre-screening the information, I will later send all that we have to Level 2 for your further verification, Leader Klukay.
怎么了？
She's so sweet. Huh? What's going wrong?
你在短时间内搜集到的情报量级以及精准度，都比之前提升了不少。
The volume, accuracy, and precision of your short-term intel gathering has improved significantly compared to before.
在流程上变得更加严谨，对于信息也逐渐培养出了自主判断的能力。
Your process has become more rigorous, and you have also been slowly developing your own ability to make judgments. Klukay turns her head after noticing Andoris smile. I'm pretty sure that all the dolls in the new squad of 404 are also new in Girls Frontline 2. They're not like the dolls from Girls Frontline 1. So we don't know much what happening to them, I guess.
勉强及格了。
Your pass.
我会让自己走得再快一点的。
I will make sure to catch up faster.
等追上大家的时候，可路凯队长会开心吗？
When I catch up to everyone, will Leader Klukay become happier?
别太得意了。
Don't get too carried away, Baka.
明白。
Okay. Everyone gets a headband, yes. And look at this, she's so good. This Andoris, this doll is so good. I hope she's playable. I think she's playable. A thought hits Klukay just as they end the topic of conversation.
比欧卡，
可路凯姐姐有什么吩咐？
Here, Klukay Shishi, what can I do for you? Hearing Klukay's voice, the patrolling Belka rushes back.
把在那边石头上睡觉的家伙叫醒，我们该动身了。
Wake up, the one sleeping on the rocks. It's time to move.
好的，我这就去。
All right, off I go. Klukay looks towards Andoris as Belka runs off.
一会儿还是你和比欧卡一车，我带米什提。
You and Belka will be in the same jeep, just like before. I will be with Mechity.
除此之外，你们也一起接入跟那些勘测部队借用的军用专线，民用信号在这里过于不稳定了。
Other than that, make sure to contact this military line that we borrow from the survey corps. The civilian signal here is too unstable.
收到。
Acknowledged.
对了，克鲁凯队长。
By the way, Leader Klukay.
怎么
What?
风速和坍塌辐射浓度正在变化，坍塌风暴恐怕很快又要开始了。
The winds and collapse radiations levels are changing. I'm afraid a collapse storm is about to start up again.
知道了。
Yes, of course.
尽快返回居住点，不要在路上浪费时间。
Make sure to get back to the settlement as soon as possible. Don't waste time on the road. Fusion. Be prepared for a shock. Oh, look at this, we get portrait. Elite's will. Klukay's portrait. I'm guessing that's a boss battle? Oh yeah, it's probably boss battle. As H.I.D.E 404 reaches less than a kilometer away from the settlement, Andoris' voice comes up from level 2.
克鲁凯队长，我们收到了来源不明的求救信段以及通讯申请。
Leader Klukay, we just received a SOS signal and comms request from an unknown party.
根据 IP 来看，应该是同属于一个信号网络体系下的，需要应答吗？
It seems that we are under the same network according to the IP address. Should we answer?
把通讯权限移交到我这里。
Yes. Transfer the comms request over to me. Same ID? Is it Dmitry? Probably. Upon accepting the comms request, a familiar booming male voice ringing out from within a sea of noise.
这里是波克萨国合众国污染区治理与恢复推进署，现苏联大区环境净化工程所属第7环境勘测部队2排。我是德米特利大使，听到请回答，听到请回答。
This is the 3762nd patrol of the 7th Environmental Survey Corps of the Neo-Soviet Union Distinction Environmental Purification Project under the URNC Contamination Zone Management and Recovery Administration. I am First Sergeant Dmitry. Please respond if you hear me. Please respond if you hear me. Let me guess, he will just repeat it again.
什么事？
Oh, maybe not. I was sweating the first time I saw this wall of text. What's going on? He's momentarily shocked upon hearing Klukay's voice. Why you again? But I can't care too much about that now. Are you few still around me? We need backup now.
我们的合作已经结束了。
Our partnership is over. Damn the partnership or whatever. There's no time to talk crap with you now. There's a Boojum and elites attacking the settlement. We cannot hold off much longer even with the PMC's help. If you really are those who can think rather than just order following machines, you will know what to do.
对方的规模，伯介姆在 brief 登记的编号和名称是什么？
How many of them? What's the brief registration numbers and name of the Boojum?
达到3级的生物，粗算有30以上。
At least 30 level 3 elites.
伯介姆编号和名称暂时都识别不出，但威胁度至少在4级以上。
Unable to determine the registration number and the name of the Boojum, but its danger level as at least level 4 and above.
知道了。
Yes, of course. As she clearly cuts the comms, Klukay issues an order through level 2 to all H.I.D.E 404.
404第1小队全体成员注意，现在进入备战状态，全程维持2级频层通讯。
Attention all members of 404 Team 1. Prepared for combat and maintain level 2 communication at all times.
保持当前方向加速行驶。我与米什提预计0001号与敌方目标接触。
Keep driving towards your current directions with additional haste. Mechity and I will contact the enemy in 1 minute.
安朵斯、比尤卡，后方掩护。
Andoris and Belka will provide cover fire from the back.
收到。
Acknowledged.
是姐姐的。
I will listen, Pixies.
啊，什么？又要打枪了？打谁啊？
What's happening? Are we fighting? Who are we fighting?
国剑母。
A Boojum.
什么？国剑母？
What? A Boojum?
那不是超级危险吗？
Aren't those super dangerous?
根据战况，我可能会随时启动 Plan B， 你做好准备。
I might activate Plan B at any moment if the need comes. Make sure you get ready for it.
啊！怎么又要溜我呀？
You are stringing me along again?
队长，已经可以看到战场了。
Leader, I can see the battlefield. One does not need Andoris to see that there intense gunfire and screams that signal a fierce upcoming battle. The armed forces and mass surrounding a single large Boojum, their rifles rounds do not seem to do any real damage against its hardened skin. The storm throws up yellow sand, making the small buildings of the settlement in the distance seem even more dilapidated and brittle. The Boojum waves its thick and sturdy limbs around, hopping over a heavy jeep with ease. The men in the jeep who have no time to escape are buried for eternal sleep in the dangerous wilderness before they can even scream.
哇，这个国剑母也太猛了点！
Yeah, that Boojum looks a little too ferocious.
打不过，克鲁卡，我们还是跑吧。
We can't beat it. Klukay, we should run. Klukay takes a deep breath, getting ready to press the button. However, she's a little hesitant.
等一下，克鲁凯队长。
Wait a minute, Leader Klukay?
什么事？
What's going on?
目前搜集到的战场数据，密室体。
According to Battlefield Intel, Mechity. Andoris' voice once again stutters. The amount and complexity of the battlefield information almost overwhelming her to the point of crashing. But line after line of battle intel continues to successfully be transmitted to Klukay through level 2. After quickly processing the information from Andoris, Klukay roughly understands what she means.
这家伙的表皮硬度已经不是一般武器可以破坏的了吗？
This Boojum has reached the point where regular weapons won't be able to hurt it at all.
你实体即使通过开启开关，提高火力密度与行动速度，恐怕也无法对其造成实质损伤。
Even if you press the button to turn on her switch, Mechity won't be able to damage it, even with her increased rate of fire and movement speed. I knew she has like power up mod. Andoris returns to normal once the data transmission is over.
哇，那更不能去了呀！
Wow, that even more reasons not to go.
难道我们对这个大家伙没办法了吗？
Does that mean we will never be able to deal with that big guy?
所以，要不要考虑使用德尔最新开发的火力城市？
So, why don't we try to the new combat program that Dia developed?
临行前，我拜托他给我装载上了，配套的外置装备也在后备箱里。
I prompted him to install it for me before we left. The external equipment is in the boot.
有把握吗？
Are you sure it will work?
根据以往的伤害记录来看，可以试试。
According to the test records, we can surely try. Yeah, I'm also curious about this mod. I don't know if this is the same that Grosser and the others also using right now.
但是需要借用米什提的电量和大约120秒的加载与校准时间。
But to use it, I will have to borrow Mechity's power and use about 120 seconds for loading and calibration.
而且流程一旦启动，就不能停下，机会只有一次。
Also, the process won't be able to stop once it starts. You have only one chance.
米什提，撤往后方，
Mechity, retreat and find Andoris.
Belka，你和米什提一起配合安朵斯寻找合适的射击点，并负责在加在期间保护他的安全。有余力的时候，辅助正面战场清理深海。
Belka, you and Mechity should help Andoris find a good place to shoot from and ensure her safety in the meantime. Use your free time to help the Frontlines in eliminating elites.
保证完成任务。
I will be sure to get it done.
那你呢？
How about you?
我去交火前线。
I will fight in the Frontlines.
太危险了。
That's too dangerous.
他们的封锁需要足够的火力。
They will need enough firepower to pin down the Boojum.
如果战线提前崩溃，一切就都结束了。
If the Frontlines break this early, it's all over.
那我和姐姐一起去。
Then I will go with Big Sis.
听指挥，记住你自己的任务。
Follow my orders. Remember your own mission.
可是
But
相信他吧，你的克鲁凯姐姐不是最厉害的吗？
you can trust her, Belka. Your Big Sis Klukay is super powerful, don't you remember?
看好我的车，要是坏了，你们一个都别想跑。
Watch over my back carefully. I will come after all of you if it gets broken. Klukay heads toward the battlefield to find Dmitry, who is currently commanding the battle.
给你的士兵和安保公司的人下令，让他们优先牵制博界姆，把它封锁在当前区域正负50米的圆形区域里。
Order your soldiers and the PNCs to prioritize containing the Boojums. Cordon it off in a circular area within the 15 meters wide radius.
至于深海群，除非威胁到封锁范围，否则就不要管它，我会找时机处理掉。还有，你们的区域通讯频段密钥给我。
As for the elites, ignore them unless they threaten to break the blockade. I will find time to take them out. Also, send me your regional comms passport.
要这个要那个，你那电路脑子在想什么？那家伙那么皮实，围起来也打不死，行不行？
You want this and you want that. What's your circumbrain thinking? That thing's skin is too thick. We cannot kill it even if we circle it. You get it?
知道自己打不过就闭嘴。
Shut up if you know you cannot beat it.
404拥有可以重创它的火力，你们要做的只是配合。
404 has the firepower to deal some severe damage. All you have to do is cooperate. And shut up and listen. Dmitry stares at Klukay. After confirming that she isn't messing with him at all, he turns and presses a button on his comms device.
各队听令，给我把博界姆锁在我所在坐标3点钟方向110米外半径为50米的范围内，别管那些垃圾深海。重复一遍，牵制博界姆，目标位置我所在坐标3点钟方向110米外半径为50米的范围，都给我动起来！
All fire teams, listen up. Lock down the Boojum in 50 meters radius, 110 meters from my 3 o'clock. Stop targeting the elite trash. I repeat, contain the Boojum in the radius of 50 meters. The target location is 110 meters from my 3 o'clock. Get moving. The formation starts moving orderly once the order is received. Dmitry pulls down his comms device and squints at Klukay.
命给你，
Here's the
最
access
好
key.
成功。
You better succeed.
404小队从不食言。
H.I.D.E 404 never goes back on their words. Oh, that's the big boss. Looks like a big revived deer. Good job, keep it up.
继续。
So I usually let the boss stages there. It's just it will be not that much of a difficulty, but at least one of the battle stages will be there, and we will also not see that much of boss mechanics, but Von dir. As always, they remind me on Dark Souls bosses. Like this from Software Creations. With this dead skin around. And we see we have some marks of a plant here around. And of the enemies attacked, those boss HP is below. I think it will just one-shot the boss. Yeah, let's see how much damage I can do with, I guess, Dan.
聆听这千军万马之势吧。
Yeah.
明白。聆听这千军万马之势。
That's a boss.
加载流程一切顺利，预计0001号就可以射击了。
知道了，其他的战场信息都不要管，
优先保证射击任务顺利执行。
明白。
喂，魔镜魔已经封锁完了，你们的动作能不能快点？兄弟们快撑不住了！
倒计时35秒，坚持。
去你的35秒
！30、25、20。
队长，还有最后15秒。
It's a quite powerful weapon.
再坚持13秒，12、11、10、9。
给老子拦住他！东北方向注意射击点位，给老子补上！
Intense. What are you doing?
还有5秒。
5、4、3。
把你的方向前进。
No. A freaking saboteur on our side. And I miss the animations too, man.
各单位，受伤的优先去驻营地医治，其他人清理战场，统计伤亡，顺道看看那些破损的机械有没有能修理的。
Man, that pissed me off, seeing that it didn't went well. All units prioritize sending the wounded to their garrison camp for treatment. The rest of you, clear up the battlefield. Count up the casualties and see if any of those machines can be restored to working order.
另外，给我把安保的领队找回来。
Most importantly, find me the team leader of the PMT. Dmitriev viciously kicks a broken machine near his feet after silencing his comms.
什么 PMC 啊？曼尼安保，靠谱个奶奶
Damn PMT! God damn it, Monkey Security Service, as reliable and secure as a babushka's leading ass, which is grandmother's leading ass. On the other hand, H.I.D.E 4043 3 other members rush over under order from Klukay.
好可惜啊，就差那么一点儿。
What a pity! You almost got it.
要不是人类那边掉链子，现在那只薄芥母已经躺下了吧？
If the humans didn't drop the ball, I bet that Boojum would just lying dead now.
可鲁凯队长，
Leader Klukay,
不是你的问题。
it's not your fault.
只是觉得有点遗憾呢。
But I still feel sorry about this.
希望这只薄芥母不要再来袭击居住点了。
Hopefully, that Boojum will never attack settlements again. Andoris looks worriedly in the direction that Boojum escaped.
安朵斯这个火力超猛啊！德尔难道有什么隐藏的暴力倾向吗？
That thing Andoris brought along is way too powerful. Could Deer be having some kind of hidden propensity for violence?
米什提、比欧卡，你们两个先回居住点待命。
Mechity, Belka, you two should head back to the settlement first and await orders.
安朵斯，你去了解一下刚刚的爆炸原因。
Andos, go have a look at why there was an uncounted explosion just now. Looking at a bunch of Survey Corps soldiers gathering around a chunk of the Boojum torso, Klukay puts her gun away.
我去那边看看发生了什么。
I will go have a look.
这，我没看错吧？
No way. If that's what I think it is?
应该没有。我已经通知德米特里长官了，他一会儿就来。
Probably. I have informed Sergeant Dmitri. He will be here shortly. Going past the shocked soldiers, Klukay sees spots of silvery white light shining from underneath the bloody mess. Viewing it at a different angle, Klukay realizes that the shining comes from a piece of metal. The piece of metal produced from a broken stump. Its surface already covered with some crystals due to the effects of collapsed radiation.
军牌
Dog tags? Klukay attempts to go close for confirmation, but Dmitri, who has rushed over upon hearing the news, picked it up immediately upon seeing it.
都让开！
All of you, get out of their way! Dmitri swipes off the residue of his protective suit. Then looks at the word carved on the piece of metals for 2 seconds before keeping it.
围着干什么？没活干了是吧？都滚！该干嘛干嘛去！
What are you all doing here surrounding it? Think you have nothing to do? Haul your asses and get your jobs done. The soldiers disappear, but Klukay remains.
你也没活干啊！
Got nothing better to do?
那是罗连的军牌，我没看清上面的文字，也是轨道军编织的。
Are those dog tags from the UNC? I didn't see what on it is clearly. Did it belong to the Great Wall Railway Force?
这只薄芥母吞噬过你们的人。
Did this Boojum consumed your people before?
无可奉告，这属于我们的任务范围。
No comment. This is within our mission jurisdiction.
不过，
However, Dmitry stops, and after a bit of struggle, turns toward her and gives a formal military salute.
我代表第7环境勘测部队以及居住点里的住民，感谢 H.I.D.E 404的协助。
On behalf of the 7th Environmental Survey Corps and the settlement's residents, I thank H.I.D.E 404 for assisting us.
不用。
No need. That was kind of sweet. After staring at the spot where the doctor's once was, Klukay accepted his thanks calmly. She turns and walks towards Andoris, who is waiting a short distance away after finishing intergathering. Not far away, the Survey Corps has concluded their post-combat tally. The personal responsible run to Dmitry.
报告长官，经统计，耗损率达32%。
Reporting, sir. All losses are calculating at 32%.
针对曼尼安堡一侧的问话已经结束，对方表示出事车辆是因为在之前的战斗中遭遇深海袭击，油箱出现轻微破裂，未能及时修补，而导致失控并爆炸。
The questioning of Mangi Security Service has concluded. They indicate that the offending vehicles were attacked by elites before the recent battle, causing the fuel tank to have a small crack in it. There was no opportunity to fix it, causing it to lose control and explode during the previous battle. What a biggest lie! I saw it. Can I just show them the cinematic I just saw? It's a lie.
知道了。
Yes, of course.
帮我呼叫准尉。
Help me call the warrant officer.
收到。
Acknowledged. After a minute of waiting, the comms request is accepted.
这里是罗克萨特主义合众国污染区治理与恢复推进署新苏联大区环境净化工程所属第7环境勘测部队3762排，我是德米特利大使，现进行定期汇报。
This is the 3762nd platoon of the 7th Environment Survey Corps of the Neo-Soviet Union Distriction Environment Purification Project under the URNC Contamination Zone Management and Recovery Administration. I'm First Sergeant Dmitry, here to make a routine report.
进展如何？
How is the progress?
经过3日的行进，我队现已抵达目标居住点，与先前部队的医疗队伍会合。
After 3 days of travel, we have reached the target settlement and met with the forward troops medical team.
在行军过程中，我们针对本区域的环境完成了初步勘测，具体的数据报告将以邮件方式发送，样本将在任务结束后带回。
During our march, we completed a preliminary survey of this region environment. The specific details will be sent in the form of the email. Their samples will be brought back at the end of our mission.
很好，继续执行任务。
Good work. Continue with the mission.
报告长官，根据我的判断，勘测任务应暂且终止，并加派增援人员。我判断，勘测任务需等增援部队抵达后继续进行。
Sir, in my judgment, a temporary halt should be put on the survey mission and reinforcements need to be sent. I believe that the survey should only continue when we have received reinforcements.
说明理由。
Explain your reasoning.
我们在居住点遭遇了威胁度至少为4级的波揭母，名称及编号无法识别，并在其掉落的残肢中发现了此前被标记为 MIA 人员的军牌。
We have encountered a Boojum with at least threat level 4 at the settlement, and we have been unable to identify the name and registration number of it. One of their stumps broken off, it contained a dog tag from personnel registered as missing in action.
军牌出现，推测他们已经。
Since the dog tags are here, they are presumably... Dmitry falls silent, but grits his teeth and pushes on. Completes the sentence.
推测他们已经阵亡。
Presumably dead. The comms channels fall into a moment of silence.
我会向上级汇报，请求增援。
I will report it to the upper, brass, and call for reinforcements.
不过，你们的任务要继续进行。
However, you have to continue on with the mission.
4级的铂金母以目前我们的战斗力根本无法抵抗，至少10个兄弟已经永远回不了家了。
You cannot deal with the level 4 Boojum with how weak our current forces are. Already more than the 10 of our brothers in arms are never going home again.
就剩这么点人，我们根本不可能完成后续任务。你总不能让我带着他们去送死吧？
There's no completing the mission with the little people. You can't be telling me to lead them to their deaths. Noticing he has lost control of his emotions, Dmitry steadies himself.
抱歉，长官。
My apologies, sir.
我的意思是，需要更强力的增援，才能保证任务的顺利执行，否则只会造成不必要的损耗。
What I mean was, we need stronger support and reinforcements to ensure mission completion. Otherwise, the only result awaiting is unwarranted losses.
我理解你的心情，德米特里大师。
I understand your feelings, First Sergeant Dmitry.
但此区域的洲际列车线路需要持续建设，确认改道后，新规划方案的制定迫在眉睫。你们收集到的每一条环境情报，勘测过的每一块土地，建立的每一个临时基站，都将对其造成深远影响。
But we cannot put a halt to the construction of the intercontinental railway in this region. Once the rerouting is confirmed, new plans have to be completed urgently. Every piece of environmental information you gather, every bench of land that you survey, and every base station that you establish will have significance and far-reaching impact.
继续你们的任务，这也利于增援抵达后顺利推进工作。我一定会以最快速度调派人手。
Feels bad, Dmitry. Continue with your mission. This will help facilitate progress once the reinforcements reaches you. I will dispatch personnel for your reinforcements as fast as possible.
收到，长官。
Yes, sir.
期待你的下次汇报。
I eagerly await your next report. After ending the communication, Dmitry notices that the soldiers around him are carrying strange expression.
害怕就说出来，这是最正常的情绪。
Let it out if you are feeling afraid. It is a very normal emotion to feel.
不会害怕的不是人，是机器。
Those who are not afraid are inhuman. You would be a machine.
长官，那个是波介母。以前我们守长城列车的时候，如果没有调配站驻军的支援，能直接冲过来掀翻整个长城列车的波介母。
Sir, that is a Boojum. One attacked back when we were guarding the Great Wall Railway. If we didn't receive support from the outpost garrison, it would have rushed in and toppled the entire Great Wall Railway train.
我知道。
I know. He let out a heavy sigh.
传给炊事兵，今晚开火做顿好的。
Pass word to the cooks. Break out the goods and cook up something decent tonight.
牺牲的兄弟们家里会得到最好的照顾。我去侍寝。
The families of our fallen brothers will be taken care of in the best possible way. I will apply for them and ensure it.
好。
Okay.
行了，去做你的事吧。
That's all. Go do what you have to do.
长官也一起回去吧。
Maybe you should head back with us, sir.
晚点，我再检查一遍有没有遗漏。
Later, I will check again to see if we missed anything. The storm continues, but dusk is still approaching. As the setting sun paints the deep red over this broken, desolated land, Dmitry squeezes the pound-down text. Despite being isolated by their thick, protective suit, he can almost feel the hardness and lifeless cold that belongs only to metal. For a long time, he simply looks towards the wilderness in front of him without speaking a single word. The world responds only with the sound of boundless wind. Dmitri hesitates for a moment, and without regard of anything at all, he yanks off his protective mask and spits hard on the ground. It's fucking suffocating. And up to the last stage of the part 1 Aphelion story. Approaching light. Having crossed the point of deviation, what follows is a gradual convergence. H.I.D.E 404 is temporarily camping out in the abandoned dwelling of the settlement. Klukay contacts Leva to report on their progress. As Klukay stares at the relaxed but attentive eyes on Leva through her comms, a neural cloud wandered out of their present and into the memories of the years past. You want to hide your hair just to be a guard? Where are you going? A military academy? Oh, how could that be? It's just a measure to blend in and be a low-key, okay? Have a look. 416. Don't I look kind of cool? Klukay remembers even now the day OMP-45 set off on a long-term mission at the Non-Military Force Administration, pulling her suit straight and somewhat comically swishing her shaggy head of hair that she was not used to. It seems as if it would just fly off their head the next second. OMP-9 and G11 stand alongside, their countenance troubled. It would be better and more convenient for dolls to simply switch to another body, yet the member of the Squad 404 stayed silent on the matter. After UMP-45 left for a while, UMP-9 was also temporarily hired by Kalina, leaving only 2 members at their 404 base. Following a period of struggles, the lead doll, known as 416, took over as the leader of the Squad 404. Also, she has gotten her long-cherished wish. The circumstances under which it was achieved were far from satisfying. In the time that follows, Squad 404 underwent personal examination and structural adjustments. The once awkward Atia gradually became a perfect fit for the doll, now known as Leva, as if she had always belonged there.
异常的艾丽的症状，发动袭击的不明势力，未注册的薄芥末。
And Leva actually decided to keep her scar on the eye. I don't know the full story behind it, but yeah, Leva actually has the scar where and Lena did remove the scar. At first, Klukay felt disturbed and annoyed every time she saw Leva in her suit. But as the time went on, Leva proved to her that OMP-45 had never left 404. Of course, her more unsavory personality traits were simply buried further down. Yeah, it's basically like also Kalina changed quite a lot too.
你们这次任务真是热闹啊！
What an exciting mission!
收起你无聊的玩笑。
Stop it with your lame jokes.
哎呀，我这不也是看你表情太紧绷了吗？
Oh my, I was simply trying to lighten up your expression.
关于心智管理和气氛营造这一点，你还要多和安朵斯他们学学哦。 和陆凯队长。
As for neurocloud management and creating a nice atmosphere, you have much to learn from the Andoris and the others, dear leader Klukay.
他们那不是管理，是松懈。
This is no management, they're just slacking off. Klukay looks towards the other 3 members of the team with no pleasure at her face. Mechity, having received her new travel kit, is falling asleep. Andoris is maintaining her beloved gun, while Belka is holding her communicator, watching it intensely.
任务没什么实际进展，还一个两个这么开心。
There has not been any progress on the mission, yet they are so happy.
不是发现了挺多疑点的吗？
Didn't you guys manage to find quite a number of questionable things?
还是太慢了。
It's still too slow.
这些疑点和帕拉蒂斯不能建立任何直接联系，说任务进度为0也不过分。
What we have found cannot be directly connected to the Paradios. It would not be an exaggeration to say that our mission progress is at 0.
不要这么悲观嘛，我这里姑且有帮你调查到一些事情哦。
Don't be so pessimistic. I did manage to find out a few things for you.
之前安朵斯不是联络我询问了增援的事情吗？所以我就顺道了解了一下。
Remember how Andoris contacted me to ask about their reinforcements? I went ahead and found a new things on my own.
现在有结果了，一切都源于洲际列车。
We have results now. Everything pointing to their intercontinental railway.
我也从他们的士兵那里听到了一些有关信息。
Indeed. I have also managed to glean some related information from the soldiers.
这里，就你们现在所在的区域，原本是一条3年前就规划完成的线路，大约在1年多前动工。
The original plan was to finish constructing on this line 3 years ago, but construction work only began around 1 year back.
但是黄区嘛，环境随时都在变化，加上当时的勘测技术没有现在发达，遗漏了不少信息，规划没能实行。
Since the environment changes constantly in the Yellow Zone, and survey technology was not as advanced as it today, they missed out on information required to complete the planned constructions on time.
有纰漏？
A slip up?
没错，在建设到事发路段时，因为当地的水土流失严重，结果轰的一声，地面塌陷了，连带着好不容易架设好的轨道也全部作废。
Correct. Serious soil erosion caused the ground to collapse with a boom during the construction of a particular section, causing their tirelessly laid tracks to go kaput as well.
因为罗联近年来十分重视洲际列车的建设，所以当时的负责人向赫利隐瞒了这起事故。
Since the ONC places great importance upon the construction of intercontinental railway, the person in charge hid this incident from H.I.D.E.
这种行为毫无意义。
That is a fruitless endeavor.
是啊，所以大概在1个多月前，这件事被曝光出来了。
Exactly. It was exposed around a month ago.
据说有关部门的管理人员因此被换掉了大半呢。
Rumors had it that related department has half their managers replaced, you know.
然后呢？
And then?
然后新上任的管理者迫于压力，连夜加班规划，做出了好几套方案，并分路段派遣队伍进行勘测。
The newly minted manager was put under the pressure to work overtime, creating a bunch of different plans overnight and then dispatching different teams to survey different sections of their planned areas.
可是环境勘测部队的人手原本的勘测任务就排得满满的，没办法短时间处理这么大的新增工作量。因此，在规划路线附近进化区任职的军人们便接到了借调令，临时加入了环境勘测部队。
Because the Environment Survey Corps were already busy with their pre-existing survey missions, and could not deal with the large amount of newfound work, soldiers serving in purification zone near the plant route were seconded to work as a part of the Environment Survey Corps.
你们遇到的应该就是这些从进化区来的人。
The soldiers you encounter must be ones coming from the purification zone.
所以这件事与帕拉蒂斯的直接联系在哪里？
So where is the connection with the Paradios in all of this?
哎呀，可路凯的思维怎么还这么僵化呢？
Oh my. Why are Klukay's thought process still so rigid?
有话好好说，别在这里阴阳怪气。
Say it straight and stop being so eccentric and ambiguous about it.
可路凯也是知道的呀。这里的勘测部队出现异常病患和失联的事情，以及这片区域异常的辐射浓度。
You know it already, Klukay. There's something going on with the abnormal radiation level. The Survey Corps losing contacts with some soldiers and having an absurdly high numbers of their infected. And also the Mangi security there too.
我当然知道，但这并不能直接指向帕拉蒂斯。
Of course I know, but none of this directly points to the actions of Paradios.
尤其是那只不明伯剑母，很可能就是导致人员失联的元凶。
The unknown Boojum might be behind the Survey Corps losing contacts with some of their soldiers.
但如果我告诉你，有情报显示帕拉蒂斯似乎在红区和黄区利用辐射进行着一些奇怪的试验呢？
What if I told you that intel seems to show Paradios conducting strange radiation-related experiments in the red and yellow zones?
可路凯还会觉得这仅仅是巧合吗？
Would you still think everything is a coincidence now?
我怎么想不重要，你说了半天，不也还是停留在猜测阶段吗？
But I think it's not important. Aren't you still at guessing stage after all the speculation?
这是很正常的呀，毕竟负责实地调查、搜集线索的人是可路凯呀。
Isn't that normal? A person responsible for investigating all these clues is Klukay after all.
麻烦你加快速度哦。
Please hurry up.
你该不会忘了，我们之所以耽搁了这么多时间，都是因为你提供的委托信息与实地存在偏差，以及404小队那不靠谱的信号吧？
You have not forgotten, have you? The reason we have been delayed for so long is because the information you provided in the commission was inconsistent with the situation on the ground and the unreliable signals of H.I.D.E 404, right?
哎呀，竟然没有乱发脾气呢！
Oh my, you didn't lose your temper at this time?
懒得和你浪费时间。
I can't be bothered to waste my time with you. Klukay brings the topic back on track after thinking for a bit.
因为这一路发生的意外，404目前携带的火力和能源消耗度已经超出预期，环境以及不明势力的威胁都会让未来遇到的风险难以预估。
Due to the accident that occurs during our mission, 404 has used up more energy and ammunition than expected. The environment conditions and threat of unknown forces makes it difficult to predict the risk level of future threats.
这种任务真的还要继续下去吗？
Do we really have to continue this mission? She's literally right now in the same shoes as Dimitri.
恐怕是呢。帕拉蒂斯本就神出鬼没，所以每一条情报都要第一时间进行调查与核实才行。
I'm afraid so. Paradies is known to be quite elusive, so every piece of intel on them should be investigated and verified as fast as possible. Yeah, it's literally the same situation for us right now too. I feel bad for both of them.
但这不代表我们就要一味冒进。
This does not mean we should proceed haphazardly.
所以增援方面我也是考虑过的，为此还特意调派了2组增援呢。
Yes, that's why I have also considered reinforcements. I even specially dispatched 2 additional teams for support.
顺带一说，都是可路凯熟悉的人呢。
They are Klukay's old acquaintances, by the way. two teams. I'm guessing one of this is Elmo, like us.
熟悉的人。
Acquaintance. Klukay lags for a second, then her face darkens.
你该不会是指那个勘测部队吧？
You cannot be talking about their survey corps. Oh.
Bingo.
Well, I guess them.
来呀！
好了，还是由我来解释吧。
All right. It's best if I explain this. Kalina! On the other end of the comms, Kalina pats Lever and turns the camera towards her.
好久不见，可鲁凯。
It's been a long time, Klukay.
很抱歉，之前提供了并不准确的环境情报，给你们带来了困扰。
It's sorry that our inaccurate intel has caused troubles for you and your team. It's so weird. Not so weird, but you see, like, Klukay is not very like that the other dolls, like her teammates went into such a office-like looks, and she looks like very like mercenary, very casually dressed. It's such a difference right now.
没有出现重大损失，不用这么正式。
Like a very big contrast. There was no major losses. No need to be so formal. Wait, she's blushing! Oh my god, this is the first time I see Klukay blushing. Oh my god. No way. Faced with Kalina's sincere apology, Klukay instead begins to feel uncomfortable.
不过，和勘测部队合作这件事，我认为并不是明智的决定。
However, I still don't feel that cooperating with the survey corps is a wise decision.
但至少他们是可信的。
But at least they can be trusted.
根据我手中掌握的情报来看，这一点毋庸置疑。
According to what intel I have on hand, this much is undoubtedly true.
你确定吗？
Are you sure?
我们在与勘测部队会合后，那些不明势力的机械就再也没有出现过。
After we meet up with them, we were never attacked again by the mechs of unknown origin.
对于那些机械所属的势力，我已经有了初步猜想。
This is where I found my first guess as to where those mechs came from.
据悉，最近有人发现了协助帕拉蒂斯行动的其他火力。罗莲派出的那些勘测部队，失踪原因也许并不像现在看起来那么简单。
It was reported that there are other armed powers assisting Paradios, so that the disappearance of some UNHC survey corps may not be as simple as how it looks at present.
哈拉蒂斯找到了新的合作者吗？
So Paradios has found out a new collaborator.
应该是的。
Very likely.
所以我拜托你们，将这层关系调查清楚，最好能够找到切实的证据。
So please investigate this link. It would be best to find some concrete evidence.
毕竟罗莲的环境勘测部队比我们更早一步关注到这片区域，他们也付出了不小的代价。日后，如果这里是洲际列车的轨道穿行区，罗莲政府也需要增派更多的人手来这里，因此，他们也许会掌握到更多我们所不知道的信息。
Since the UNHC Environment Survey Corps were ahead of us in investigating this area of land, they have paid a huge price. In the days to come, the UNHC will need to send more personnel here if this is where the intercontinental railway passes through. They might obtain or already possess information that we don't know yet.
无论是出于安全角度还是情报角度考虑，与勘测部队合作都是当前的最优选择。
No matter how you look at it from a safety or intel perspective, the best way forward is to work with the security corps for the moment.
即便你这么说，勘测部队会答应合作吗？
Will the security corps agree to work together, though?
他们显然对404并不十分信任。
They obviously distrust 404.
因为恰好对方也提出了增援申请，所以我就稍微动用了一些手段，让404成为他们在正规支援部队赶到前的援助方。
Since they have conveniently sent out a request for reinforcements, I did a little something for 404 to become their forward aid before the main reinforcements arrived.
现在相关的通知文件应该已经发送到你们两边的邮箱里了。
The relevant documents should have already been sent to both of your inboxes.
你动作倒是挺快的。
You sure work fast.
我也想要尽量为可鲁凯你们提供便利嘛。
I want to do my best to provide convenience for you guys.
格琳娜，我劝你还是少和莱亚那家伙接触的好。
Kalina, I suggest you avoid interacting with Leva so much. Hearing what Klukay has said, Kalina flashed a cheeky smile from the Griffin's Day, while Leva shrugs.
对了，关于调查帕拉蒂斯这件事，没有特殊情况的话，还要继续保密，以免节外生枝。
Right. To prevent any unexpected complications, keep the matter of investigating Paradios a secret, barring any special circumstances.
另外，关于莱亚刚才说的另外一组增援，对方的身份是什么？与404会合的时间和地点确定了吗？
By the way, regarding the other reinforcements team that Leva just mentioned, what is their identity? Has the time and location for their rendezvous with H.I.D.E 404 been confirmed?
这个嘛。
About that. The booming voice of Dmitri is heard from the outside the building, just as Leva was about to answer.
喂，那个叫什么可鲁凯的机器，给老子出来！
Hey, that machine or something called Klukay, get over here.
看样子你们的合作者也接到通知了呢。
Looks like your collaborator has received near the news.
增援方我就先保密了，等你们见面了就知道了。
I will keep the identity of the reinforcements a secret. You will know when you see them. It's very likely the Elmo. I do hope so. After ending the comms, Klukay gestures for the members of 404 to wait on standby inside while she steps out alone.
就算人形不需要睡眠，也不代表你可以在这里大呼小叫。
Dogs don't need sleep, yet it still doesn't give you a right to make a ruckus around here.
别跟老子扯这些没用的。
Don't talk that drivel with me.
这是怎么回事？为什么上面突然要求你们加入队伍？
What the hell is this? Why did the brass suddenly request that you join the team?
非军事力量管理局本就隶属罗联，特殊情况下彼此借调人手很正常。
The non-military forces administration belongs to URNC in the first place. It's not strange to send personnel here and there in special cases.
同样作为临时工的你，难道不清楚吗？
As a temp worker yourself, are you seriously unaware of it?
邮件内容你看了没？
Did you read the content of the mail? Noticing Klukay's puzzled expression, Dmitri starts to taunt her with a smugness on his face.
你们4个人形和勘测部队是雇佣关系，而我们是雇主。
You 4 dolls are employed under the Survey Corps, and we are the employer.
你应该明白这是什么意思吧？
You should understand what that means, right?
什么？
What?
之后的行动都得听指挥，让你们干嘛就干嘛，不要惹麻烦，更不许顶嘴，懂了吗？
Didn't I tell he has a punchable face, but I still kind of starting to like this. Like, you will be listening to our orders like good dogs, doing whatever we tell you to do. No troublemaking and no back talk. Got it? Oh, this scary face of Klukay. It literally screams is. Klukay closes her interface unhappily after confirming the content of the mail. But at least they can be trusted. Penero cloud ashes with Kalina's squad. At least Klukay managed to suppress her resentment.
我们会遵守合约行动。
We will adhere to the agreement.
至于惹麻烦，比起替404操心，不如好好担心一下你们自己。
As for causing troubles, perhaps it is the best to worry about yourself before you worry about 404.
记住，明早6点计时出发，别给老子迟到。
Remember, we move out at 6 in the morning. Don't be late. Meanwhile, Blusphere is driving a route resort to Cocoon on the road.
根据回传的消息来看，我方已经寻获目标。
According to the messages we received, we have located our target.
恭喜啊！追了这么久，总算找到他了。
Congratulations. You found it after pursuing it for so long.
他的行进速度比预想要快40%，在行进路线的估算上也出现了一些失误，导致回收时间一再延迟。
Its movement speed is 40% faster than expected, and there were some errors on estimating the route, causing a delay in recovery efforts.
要抓紧了哦。另外，我派过去的支援还是挺好用的吧？啊，是说曼尼安堡了。
Be sure to hurry up, okay? Anyway, our reinforcements have been pretty useful, right? I mean, Mangi Security Service.
他们成功击杀目标了吗？如果失败了，都对不住我辛苦疏通关系拿到的运输委托呢。
Have they managed to assassinate the target? If they failed, they should feel bad about the transport commission I worked so hard to secure through my connections.
没有。
No.
当时有罗联的环境勘测部队以及那4名战术人形在场，会影响回收，因此只能暂时将其放走。
There were an Environmental Survey Corps, and those 4 dolls were present and would affect retrieval. So it was a let go.
不过，我已经安排人手进行追击，势必将目标伯芥姆歼灭，并取回那个东西。
However, I have dispatched personnel to pursue, so they will definitely be able to eliminate the target Boojum and retrieve it.
哎呀，还真是好事多磨。
Oh well, it seems good things truly take time. So they nutrishing the Boojum, then they still wanna kill the Boojum and retrieve it. Okay.
优先回收的同时，不要忘记找机会把它们都清理掉哦。
Prioritize retrieval, but be sure to wipe them out if you get the chance, okay?
我亲爱的战场清理部队队长阁下。
My dear Lord Team Leader of Battlefield Cleanup.
明白。
Understood.
基站的破坏工作正在有序进行，很快他们就会失去一切通讯手段了。
Oh god. The destruction of the base stations is proceed smoothly. Soon, they will lose all means of communication.
他们的装备非常普通，即使没有我，曼尼安堡的武装部队也可以轻易除掉对方。
The equipment is rather ordinary. Mangi Security Service armed forces should be able to wipe them out easily, even without my help.
我劝你还是小心一点哦。现在这一连串的问题，都是之前轻敌造成的。
I would like to advise cautious, okay? Our current strings of problems were also due to underestimating our enemies.
人类是一种很有趣的生物，越将他们逼进绝境，他们就会越顽强。
Humans are interesting creatures. The more you force them into a corner, the more tenacious they get.
千万小心，不要被这群陌路的野犬反扑，撕碎喉咙了。
Be careful, and don't get your throat ripped out by wild dogs backed into a corner, okay?
知道了，我会更加谨慎。
Understood. I will exercise additional cautious.
通讯我要挂断了哟。哎呀，还要去联络下另外一位小朋友。
I will hang up on the comms, okay? Oh dear, I have to talk to our other little friend.
黑野，如果有蓝雪球一半省心就好了。
Darchu, if only she was reliable as Blusphere. Oh, poor Darchu. What? Darchu and Sextant were like coming so strong in the story at the start, and now they're like being. Like, I feel pity for them now. And that's it with the part 1 of the Aphelion story. It was quite nice, and looking at this picture right now, I noticed that the person in the middle is probably not the commander, but because of the short hair and the suit, is it Dmitri? Dmitri? Probably, I don't know. So it's definitely one of the more important. Like we will getting him also important figure, right? Important figure in this story here too. So the other squad that I assume is also the Elmo. Probably will be seeing it in the part 2, not sure. The part 2 will be also played in the Japanese voiceover, so I just switch between them. Enjoy the rare moments of voiceovers. You never know if the next event will be voiced or not. Like maybe you know, but I don't really. So I will thank you for watching the first part. Thank you for listening. I wish you a good day, night, afternoon, and see you in part 2 of Aphelion.